Alright, welcome to a Midwest Dota 2 League Season 8 game. And we are in the playoffs with Apes in Your Game versus Beautiful Beach Tuna, or Genie versus Corey. So we see Apes in Your Game here banning the Wind Ranger. Pretty quick off the bat, while Beautiful Beach Tuna getting rid of the Pango. And then we see the Phantom Lancer ban. Phantom Lancer very strong right now, so good strong ban. And then we see the Grimstroke ban. His new shard is exceptionally strong, so I'm not surprised he's getting banned out. Anyone with a good Grimstroke player on their team is going to be in pretty good shoes if they can get that Grimstroke combo. So let's see who Apes in Your Game go for with their first pick. Starting to eat into a little bit of reserve time here, trying to decide on who they want to open with.
Dyer's turn to pick.
And they go for Lich, first pick.
Dyer's turn.
Overall pretty strong, safe first pick, while they go for Puck on the side of the Dyer here. Puck being a very strong mid, but can be flexed into other roles if needed. And then they go for the Shadow Shaman. So I've seen a lot of teams picking up contested core heroes within the first round nowadays. In the last few games that I've casted, they've generally decided which core they think is going to get banned into the second phase, and they try to pick them up in the first phase, make sure that they can get the hero that they want in their game.
5 seconds remain.
Let's remove my camera here real quick just during the drafting phase, and I'll put it back on for when the actual game's going on.
It is Radiant's ban.
Ooh, CK. I've not seen him played in the current patch recently, so this is going to be exciting. Always a fun hero. Seems pretty strong most of the time. Did get some changes though. I believe it was his shard that got changed. I believe his phantasms were also changed a bit.
5 seconds remain.
So now we see the next round of bans coming out. We see the Sand King getting banned by Apes in Your Game. Want to avoid the AoE damage that's going to cause problems for that CK and his illusions. While Beautiful Beach Tuna is deciding on their next ban. Eating a little bit into their reserve time now to decide on who to get rid of. Probably trying to target ban one of the Radiant's heroes. Or players, I mean.
Radiant's turn to back.
Getting rid of the Broodmother. Broodmother got quite a few changes this patch. Is not quite the niche hero that she used to be, but still does similar things, so can be played in the same way, but overall is much better as a more well-rounded hero.
10
More of a
seconds.
straightforward core nowadays, with the Insatiable Hunger being on the queue, can
5
fight a little bit earlier. Not quite as
Dyer's turn
reliant
to
on
back.
getting a lot of spiderlings to do some damage. Now we see the Leshrac banned out by Apes in Your Game. He's got quite a bit of AoE damage, is really good against illusions. Sometimes you see him pick to counter PL, and he can kill the illusions off
10
until
seconds.
PL gets a couple items that'll really tank him up.
5 seconds remain.
Oh, I got someone saying can't hear me in Dota TV. That would be because I forgot to turn on my audio in Dota TV, so now it's on. I apologize for that. Now my Dota TV audio is on. Thanks for the heads up. I checked to make sure it was working, but I didn't actually check to make sure it was selected to broadcast, so thank you for that.
10 seconds remain.
So now we look at the next band. So Beautiful Beach Tuna has gotten rid of the
5
Viper.
seconds.
They don't want to deal with the break that's on the Viper. That's one of his most important abilities. Not many heroes have a break nowadays. They took it off a few heroes, so now Viper's W has become quite a bit more important. Apes in your game getting rid of the AoE damage of the Underlord seems to be the name of their game. Just get rid of massive AoE damage, anything that can continuously pump out magic AoE as well as percentage based AoE, and that Underlord.
5
CK's got his ultimate, or not CK, Sand King's got his ultimate, does a lot of AoE damage, so they seem to be working to protect his Chaos Knight illusions quite a bit with their bans. Root from the Underlord is also can be an issue, so they could be looking at trying to get someone a little bit more mobile that wants to run around the team fights where that pit could cause them quite a few issues. So let's see who Beautiful Beached Tuna tries to get rid of here. Nothing really shown from their bans right now other than heroes that you just don't generally want to deal with.
Dire must choose.
And they get rid of the Slaughdar.
Radiant's turn to pick.
So now they go for the Mars. Mars, just an all-around good pick, can be played in quite a few different roles and is very strong in all of them. He's got good spells, he's got good burst potential and scaling burst potential with his W, how it scales off your attack damage, and will apply the on-hit attack modifiers. So you can get a good amount of burst if you get a lot of items.
Remain.
And then his ultimate is always good until BKBs come out. BKBs kind of negate it quite a bit, but you can always catch out some supports with it. Now I see in the chat you're suggesting that Brew would be disgusting here. I think Brewmaster is a very underrated hero. Overall, he's quite good. I think he's been quite good for a while. Just you don't have that many people that like to play him. So unfortunately, we don't see him that often. But he is quite good. He has the lift, which causes a lot of problems in the team fight, as well as the dispel. Kind of just get rid of illusions and everything. Any kind of a, like you can get rid of the, I believe you can purge off the Lich armor as well. So if someone's trying to save, you can just pop it right off with the dispel. Not a lot of sources of dispel now either, so that's also very good.
Seconds.
And we see the Rubik picked up, so lots of good spells for Rubik to steal here. Shadow Shaman,
Remain.
almost all of his spells are good to steal on the Rubik. You're going to get bonus damage off the Ether Shock. Hex is always good. The Root is also good as well.
Radiant's turn.
His ultimate, also good. Mars, decent spells to steal from Mars, not quite as good, but a good arena is I could use a co-caster if you're interested in the next game. The arena also good to steal from the Mars, but now we see the Elder Titan coming out, so we're gonna see a lot of reductions gonna come in from the ET. It's always good to get rid of their base armor as well as their magic resistance, and we can see quite a bit of burst potential on the Dire, meaning ET's gonna really amplify that. But Apes in your game goes for the Winter Wyvern, so this is kind of the counter initiator. So you could initiate with your Winter's Curse, but it's also good to kind of counter teams that want to jump in and do all their bear style at once in the middle of their combo. You drop your ultimate, gives you time to back up and reset and kind of avoid taking all of the damage at once. As well as it forces somebody to try to use all of their magic to burst somebody. If they get the Cold's Embrace off, they won't be taking any physical damage, which is going to protect them from the Elder Titan staple as well as the Mars Shield Bash. Or not Shield Bash, whatever. Hero's Rebuke or God's Rebuke. I forget what it's called. Now we see the Troll banned out by Apes in your game.
10 seconds.
So we see
5 seconds.
they know that the carry hero is left. Let's see who else they decide to get rid of. And beautiful beach tuna getting rid of the centaur. Centaur got quite a few buffs, very strong right now. And the Tidehunter gotten rid of. Tidehunter is also very good. Just having a big AoE stun ultimate is generally something you want to play around with. Apes in your game getting rid of that Spectre, not wanting the global presence, so they don't want to have to worry about a 4-man gank squad running around the map with a kind of a carry hero that can farm and then be in the fight whenever they needed to.
Dyer's turn to pick.
And now we see Legion Commander. So that's going to help control the puck, but does have to get in on the puck and get the ultimate off puck with the quick blink silence is going to be a little bit tricky to catch out, but that could help you with a lot of the puck issues with him running around. If you can get rid of him at the beginning of a fight, that's going to really stop beautiful beach tunas damage as well as their leash potential with the ultimate if you can get it off quick. Having the purge as well is going to be nice, so if the Legion Commander does sit back a little bit and your carry gets silenced, you can pop off with the purge and keep them able to get their spells off. Now we see Ursa. Ursa picked up by beautiful beach tuna, so Ursa's going to be pretty much the last person that this Legion is probably going to want to duel. There is some control, so they do have to be careful. Ursa could kill his allies with the Winter of Ivern ultimate, and we'll have to probably get that Battle Fury to deal with the CK illusions, but overall Ursa's pretty strong right now. The change to the Shard is very good. So the Shard will now, when you're doing your Earth Shock, you will enrage, I believe, for might be 1.5 seconds. But the enrage does give you status resistance, so if you're getting slowed or just have to deal with some general annoyance, getting a quick enrage to kind of purge that off is going to be pretty strong. So we're just waiting for the strategy time to finish. Let's see. Based on the drafts, I don't know, I think it's going to be close. I don't see either team kind of having a strong outdraft at the initial start, but I do tend to favor Ursa's. Ursa's just really annoying to deal with. There is some kite potential, but overall, just kind of a huge pain in the butt to kind of work around. All right, so we see position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the Elder Titan. We've got a linked in Baroth on the Mars. We've got Baroth on the Ursa. We've got Puck Puck Zeus on the Shadow Shaman. We've got Genie on the Puck. And for the Radiant, we have Lunch Tray on the Legion Commander. We have XTC on the Chaos Knight. We've got Mothman on the Lich. We've got... I can't even read that while he's moving. I'm just Psychic on the Rubik. And then on the Winter Wyvern, we have Eld. So both teams looks like they're positioning around different runes. The Dire looking to take the bottom runes, while the Radiant looking to take the top. I don't think there's going to really be any clash. They're not in a position to contest either side. They're just going to walk down, take the runes, and walk back. Unless they really decide to switch it up here. But both teams just kind of waiting on the wings. You can see pretty much perfectly mirrored placement here on the wards, as well as placement of the heroes. Both teams going down, kind of expecting a fight, and then nobody's there, so no, the other team's just taking the other side. We can see 2 observers here. For the Radiant, though, they did drop both of them. I've not seen the double observers placed before, so that'll be interesting. I'll have to see how that goes. Looks like Eld is playing a Midwinter Wyvern. We'll be able to get a lot of harass out with the Arctic Burn onto the puck. But once that's down, is going to have to wait quite a while because it is a 42-second cooldown level 1. But you're not going to be doing a whole lot for the next 42 seconds, so you're probably pretty good. So we've got Legion Commander in the top lane with the Rubik. Pretty standard. That's typically how you're going to run that lane. Shadow Shaman in the safe lane with the Ursa. Pretty good combo because of the shackles. But that's not going to be until level 2. It wants to get the Ether Shock because you're going to help secure range creeps as well as get good harass early on. Set up for a good level 2 power spike. Now we see Lich down here with the CK. So that's going to help a lot because CK can do quite a bit of damage, especially if you get some lucky crits, but needs to be able to stick on people. Lich is going to really help him. Slow's doing quite a lot early on in the game. Now the change to this camp over here is going to help the ET quite a bit because he's going to be able to stack it more safely as well as get his Astral Spirit off on it to get the bonus damage more often. And that's going to cause quite a few problems for this Lich. Because you just don't want to get hit by this ET. If you can get enough units, it's going to cause quite a few problems. So you can see here, almost double damage right out of the gate. But the Lich has the ability that he can get quite a few of his spells off. With his Frost Blast being relatively low cooldown, it does make him quite mana dependent. He does need to have a lot of mana, but you can get good harass as long as you bring a lot of regen to your lane. Now we see just some trade going on between Eld and Genie here.
Someone lays blame.
So we look at last hits and denies. Puck getting the worst end of the deal. So Winter Wyvern gonna be able to secure a lot more last hits with this Winter Blast. It does quite a bit of damage. 150 versus 180, so the extra 30 damage is going to help him secure more last hits. Get those range creeps as well as get additional splash damage on the Puck. Puck just has to be in the area, whereas Puck's more of a skill shot with the Illusory Orb, has to aim it right in order to hit the Winter Wyvern, where Winter Wyvern just has to wait till Puck's kind of close. Oh, and I missed the first blood. And there was a kill top as well. I was too busy talking about the mid lane. Based on the abilities that are on cooldown, they just went in with the Frost Shield and just slowed him down and just attacked him. Elder Titan only has the stomp to stop it, so it's not going to be a whole lot that they can really do to keep him. So now they got to be careful. Here's the slow, going to go out onto the Elder Titan. With the slow, CK is going to be able to help stick on him, and there he goes down to the right click of the Lich. That's what I was saying about those slows really helping CK early on. Slows last a lot longer than stuns at the early levels, which does help with those early ganks if you can get a quick pick off or find somebody that's a little bit out of position. CK being able to put people out of position. Ooh, Legion Commander died quick. It's just looking at health and only saw one person low, went to the mid lane, but looks like Rubik might be going down here. But that's going to be the abilities of the Ursa with the shackles here. Just needs to get a little bit of harass, get a couple stacks of Fury Swipes on, and then Shackles comes in with this long duration disable. Stops you from moving. Now you're going to take a lot of extra damage. Now ET getting a little low here, but no mana on the Lich. Lich needs mana in order to really do a whole lot here. So 2 points in the spear for Mars. So looking to max the spear over the God's Rebuke. I'm not exactly sure which one is better right now. I've not played enough Mars recently with the current patch, but in the last patch I played a lot of Mars, but it doesn't really matter which one you pick. Normally I would go for the God's Rebuke because you could spam it a little bit better. But if you're not picking up a lot of right click damage, the Spear of Mars with the increased stun duration is nice. If you're trying to get early kills, especially if you're trying to set up the stomp. Now, Winter Wyvern, 7 more last hits than the Puck. Level 5 versus level 6, so Winter Wyvern is doing quite well in this lane.
Courier has been killed.
getting a couple points in the Arctic Burn as well as Splinter's Blast. And they're just gonna keep killing down here with the slows and the CK. As long as they have mana, they're just gonna keep going, and they're killing everybody across the map. I gotta be paying a lot more attention to these heroes. They are getting burst down very quickly, usually when I switch away from their lane. It looks like Legion Commander could potentially go down here with the Pathlock by the Shadow Shaman. They're gonna get a lot of extra hits. There's the slow coming out from the Ursa. He's getting some hits. There's the sheep. You gotta be careful. Legion Commander could potentially turn onto the Shadow Shaman, but too much damage is coming out from the Ursa here. While I was watching, that puck did go down mid. Looks like it was a Winter Curse kill. So Winter's Curse plus Splinter Blast and Arctic Burn is going to do a lot of damage to the puck. Especially if puck is not at full HP. Especially since Winter Wyvern can now get full damage through the Winter's Curse. You can usually use that just to hold somebody there and kill them. Winter Wyvern getting low here, getting gone on by the puck. Puck using the coil. The staple coming in. Getting low here, but now is going to be able to turn with the Arctic Burn. Able to turn onto the Elder Titan. That flying movement and the frost shield from the Lich there, just enough to make sure that Winter Wyvern survives and is able to turn and get that kill. The percentage base damage and the slow from the Arctic Burn is very strong, especially under these strength heroes.
Alms for the dead.
Now if we look at the net worth, the Winter Wyvern is doing quite well, so it is 1k in favor of the Radiant right now. And that's going to be pretty much off of this Winter Wyvern, and the CK doing pretty well, but the top lane for Dire is doing quite well. Now that dual victory is going to go for the Legion Commander, but we see the stomp here. Trying to slow down the heroes, but Ursa not able to really latch on anybody, but does switch over to that Lich, who's going to be a much easier kill than this Legion Commander, who does have the Orb Corrosion as well as the Phase Boots. Just be able to get a hit out and then run away. No Phase Boots on the Ursa, so Ursa's just not going to have that extra move speed to keep up. So we see just CK here, able to farm by himself against this Mars. Mars now level 6. Does have a lot of burst potential now. See 3 points in the Spear, 2 points in God's Rebuke, as well as the Arena of Blood, so while CK is fine, if he gets harassed down a little bit, he could get potentially burst with a +1. Going for the Blink Dagger on the Legion Commander. We see the Witchblade coming out for the puck eventually, so that's what he's got queued up. Winter Wyvern, I'm not sure what he's got queued up. It's just got a casual Blitz Knuckle right now, nothing else queued up for him. Mana Boots gonna be coming out for Rubik. Mana Boots for the Shadow Shaman. And we are going with the Battle Fury for the Ursa as well. Another kill bottom, just the Frost Shield Sinister Gaze, but now we see the puck rotating. Does dodge the initial ultimate from the Lich. And is able to blink out, does get the coil, but this Elder Titan has got to be careful. CK does use his ultimate and is frost shielded up, so he's not going to be taking a lot of damage. And here comes the Winter Wyvern, is going to be able to take out this puck with the help of the CK. And ET is probably going to go down here. Ooh, Mars coming with an excellent ultimate, getting 2 right now. Saves the Elder Titan. Is turning onto the Winter Wyvern, but is not quite able to take him down. It's just a little bit too tanky right now. The 2 Null Talismans has enough HP to just kind of walk away. Mars not having any more burst after using it to kill the CK as well as the Lich. That was a well-placed ultimate. Does cut off the right clicks to keep the Elder Titan alive. Ursa making decent time on this Battle Fury. I should potentially get it by 15 minutes with this current speed. Decent progress to the Blink with the Legion Commander. Winter Wyvern's going to be picking up a haste rune to fill up the bottle. Let's see if Winter Wyvern decides to
Tower is in danger.
get aggressive with it. Does not have ultimate, but does have 4 points in Arctic Burn and Sinister Gaze. Shadow Shaman going down top. Looks like it was a quick dual kill with the Lich and the Rubik. More than enough magic damage to take down a Shadow Shaman. That is 2 dual wins for the Legion Commander.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now, Dire Tier 1 does go down, so they are going to be getting more map control on the side of the Radiant right now. They are 3k up, 11-7. Both teams kind of trading back and forth, but the Radiant able to take a little bit more. Now we see the ooh, good dodge by the CK. Uses the ultimate, dodges the spear. Now Shadow Shaman is in there, but is getting kind of hit back. CK kind of turning onto him. Mars and Shadow Shaman trying to stick around, but here is the Winter Wyvern going to try and finish up some kills. Gets the Winter's Curse out onto the Puck, but there's not a lot of follow-up. Puck able to dodge that. Ooh, the right clicks from the CK almost enough to take him down. The tower might be able to take him down, but is able to armlet toggle. Mars going down to the magic damage. Lich ult is out, but is not able to go on anything. That was good toggling by the CK to keep himself alive. Almost goes down, but is able to heal back up by toggling that armlet back on. Armlet did get some buffs, does give you a lot more armor, I believe, due to the Helm of Ironwell changes, which does make CK's armlet build up a lot stronger. Now 1 piece away from the Battle Fury on this Ursa, but once Ursa gets the Battle Fury, he's going to want to farm. It's a farming item, so you want to use that item to kind of accelerate into your next item, and then potentially that's your fighting item where you start to rotate and help get some more kills. He did get a lot of kills in lane. Ursa is 5-0 right now, so is doing quite well for himself, even though the game is 14-7. Ursa is having a good game. CK getting slapped here with the Elder Titan stomp. Now he's getting held. They're not using the Earth Splitter yet. They do have enough damage without it. Earth Splitter cutting off this Rubik and the Winter Wyvern, but they don't know the Winter Wyvern's there because Winter Wyvern has the invisibility. So they have to be careful about getting turned on. Winter Wyvern just kind of sitting there, just waiting. And there comes the Winter Curse onto the Elder Titan. Is going to do enough to kill the Elder Titan, and the stolen Earth Splitter is going to finish off both of them. Mars is going to get dueled now with the magic damage, and percentage space damage is going to be enough. Puck trying to get some kills here with the Ursa. Ursa trying to finish off some heroes, but unfortunately the Cold Sprace is going to stop him. Flying abilities by the Winter Wyvern is going to stop him from dying. Excellent little movement down the hill from Eld. Is able to keep him alive and keep him from getting hit by the Ursa anymore. Ursa did not have the Battle Fury. The Battle Fury is now going to be slowed down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Puck did also go down during that fight.
Middle tower has fallen.
A lot of kills so far in this game. More than a kill per minute. Just on the just by the Radiant now. 20-8, 6k net worth in lead. Legion Commander getting shackled, but they're not going to want to turn on the Legion. Ursa needs to finish his Battle Fury so that he can accelerate into later portions of the game. This CK doesn't necessarily need that to continue to accelerate. Is going to go for the Sanj next. It's just going to be a tanky strength hero, and that's going to cause a lot of problems for the side of the Dire. Shadow Shaman does have the mana boots. Might be looking to get a Aether Lens next. We'll have to wait and see. Mars looking to get a blink. Wants to be able to match the initiation of this blink Legion Commander. Being able to blink Arena of Blood. Wants to get it off before anyone on the Radiant decides to pick up a BKB. So Witchblade also on Winter Wyvern. Going for the science. Elder Titan goes down to the duel. That's the abilities that a Legion has when you have a good coordinated team. You can blink duel and you know that your team's going to back you up, help you get that duel damage. But Legion Commander now has 40 bonus duel damage, so only level 1 duel, which means she's won 4 duels.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And they
under
take
attack.
the dire stack here, so that's going to be a lot of gold going the way of the Radiant. 7k net worth in lead now. It looks like they are firmly in the driver's seat of this game, so this is going to be their game to lose right now. So they just need to, they play smart, play safe. This should be
To their bottom tower.
a smooth path to victory. The Radiant or the Dire are going to be the ones that are going to have to pull out some extra stops. Now here's the duel onto the puck. We see the duel in the Winner's Curse going out on the puck. Both of them catch him out. Like I mentioned, if this Legion can blink onto the puck, get the duel off without the silence, it's going to be able to help. There's the CK using the pull-in, picking up the Elder Titan kill. And this tier 2 is just going to go down to the damage of the Radiant.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The Dire does not want to farm, or does not want to take this fight while they're down heroes.
Is in danger.
Ursa looking to get aggressive, has his Battle Fury, but is not going to have any way to stick onto some of these other heroes.
Tower is under attack.
Especially not with the flying abilities of Arctic Burn. This Winter Wyvern is using it very well. Now we see Coil out onto the Rubik. Rubik getting Frost Shield, getting Cold Embraced. Now we see the Lich Ultimate going out and the duel back onto the puck. That is another duel victory for Legion. Here's the counter initiation by Mars with the Arena Blood, but there's a counter arena by the Rubik. And the arena does slow down the Ursa for just a second. That does keep the Rubik alive. Now this Lich is getting Cold Embraced. But Ursa has to be careful because here comes the Rubik and the Legion. They're able to control the Ursa and get him down. And now the Elder Titan is going down as the CK rejoins the fight and is able to take him out with his right clicks. Now it looks like the
Sound strategy.
It's looking spicy.
What is this? A game of some sort?
I almost feel bad.
yeah, that is an aggressive blink forward, but the puck does not have a lot of HP and does go down, knowing that the Winter Wyvern and the CK are there to follow him up. Only goes in duels with half HP, didn't even pop the Blade Mail, knows that he's gonna be able to get that duel anyway. Sleep from Elder Titan is looking to set things up, but here comes the Chaos Knight ultimate. They do have to be careful.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Chaos Knight getting some just chip damage with his illusions. Goes back to farming. This Cold Embrace is keeping the Winter Wyvern's team pretty topped up, is able to just keep healing up constantly. Has the Oblivion Staff, I believe, finished the Orchid and it's on the way. There's the Orchid coming, so the Winter Wyvern's going to be able to keep his mana up quite a bit. Now the Dire have a tough game ahead of them if they're going to look to win this. You see the Sange coming out from the Ursa. The stats resistance is going to help quite a bit with the amount of control that the Radiant is able to put out. But right now he's just been not able to stick on anybody. Anyone that he tries to go on is being getting Cold Embraced, and whenever he sticks around to try and get additional stacks up on them, then the Radiant heroes have been able to back up and then turn around and control them. Even though they don't have a lot of life left, they've been able to kill them a couple times while a few of their heroes were very low. Tier 2 goes down top, just pushing by the CK. He knows he's got his team in the area, so he's able to just kind of push the tower. He's not worried about getting jumped here. He is quite tanky now. Going for the heart after the Sange is going to have a ridiculous amount of HP and regen after that. It's going to be very difficult to take down the CK, as well as take down the CK illusions. They're about to be incredibly strong. Now this should be a pretty straightforward Roche for the Radiant here. Getting the minus armor onto Roche from the CK. Roche is going down very quickly. PG Commander taking most of the hits with the help of the Lich, using his Frost Shield. Aegis now on CK, they're going to have to kill him twice. He's only gone down twice in this entire match. Now Elder Titan being, or not Elder Titan, Winter Wyvern being the only hero on the map that hasn't died yet is 7-0. 28-9, 10k net worth in the favor of the Radiant. Now Dire is positioning the bottom notes that they can and want to more safely farm the Radiant jungle, because they know the Radiant are going to be covering both of their jungles, so farming on their own side of the map is just not safe. So cutting lanes and hiding in the back here is going to be the safest way for them to get any kind of usefulness out of this map and try to farm up. Now the Ursa is spotted. The Winter Wyvern gets the silence out, is going to get some harass out, still has the ultimate, and there goes the ultimate, is going to be able to take down the Ursa. Oh no, he finishes his TP, so excellently timed Enrage. Ursa does get out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Holds it for the TP and is able to save himself with just barely enough HP to finish that TP. I'm going for the halberd on the Legion Commander. That's going to be a big problem for the Ursa. He's not going to have any way to get rid of it. He's going to try to go and initiate, and it's going to be another tool for the Radiant side to stop the damage of this Ursa. Oh no. Misses the arena out onto the Rubik, but the spear does connect into the wall, and Ursa is able to pick up that kill. Puck looking to try and get aggressive, but does not have the coil yet, isn't able to catch on to anybody. So the Radiant do have to be careful. There is a lot of burst potential still out from this Dire lineup. If they're not careful, if they don't play together, they are going to get picked off. But at the same time, the Dire have to be careful, because the Radiant are even in a better position to pick off their heroes if they're by themselves. Mars is bottom here with no ultimate, trying to kill the creeps to kind of protect his tower, but it's not going to matter. This CK has more than enough HP to just stand here and hit the tower. This Legion Commander is pretty much just hunting the Puck all around the map. Puck just not tanky enough to withstand the duel from the Legion, especially not now that Legion Commander has 120 bonus duel damage. Between that and the Blade Mail, pretty much any duel is going to finish off the Puck whenever he gets caught. Now the Radiant is grouping up bottom. Is going to start pushing this tier 3. And they do still have Aegis on the CK. Cole's Embrace on the creep, just kind of keeping it alive. We see some zoning stomps from the Elder Titan, but the CK does have the shield up. Fortify used by the Dire. Sleep catching out on 2. Mars Arena does catch 2, but instantly shackled by this Rubik, who has the extra range. Mars does go down, but then we see the CK goes down, but that's just Aegis, and then we see the Legion Commander goes down. But CK is back. Here goes the Puck. Puck is down. We see the ultimate bouncing around from the Lich is bouncing onto all of the Dire heroes. It's doing a lot of damage. CK still has a lot of HP. This Winter Wyvern is going to take down the Puck. Gets the Winter's Curse off, and now a buyback from Mars is going to probably cost him his life again. And there's the Splinter Blast. God's Rebuke used out on the Elder Titan. Elder Titan going to staple him. Now Ghost Scepter out on the Lich is going to just TP out while Ursa tries to kill him. Ursa does have Blink now, so is able to stick on people a little bit better. Pretty decent hold by the Dire, though. They did have to fight into Aegis.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Fighting into Aegis, especially CK Aegis, is rough because he had so much HP, but they were able to take him down twice in that team fight. Did require them to buy back in order to take him down, but overall they're able to keep their tier 3 up, which is quite important. So their base is still intact. They don't have to worry about anyone trying to sneak in and get some quick damage on some towers. SNY going to be finished up for the Ursa. Now Rubik did have the shackles with the Aether Lens in the blink, so he got shackles from quite a distance away and was able to do a lot to control the Mars after the initiation. But then the Shadow Shaman did do quite a bit to control it, the Winter Wyvern, even though it cost him his life. And ultimately the puck did go down to the Winter Wyvern combo, but we can see they are executing pretty well even though they are behind. Now we see a smoke gank coming out from the Dire. They are going to walk right into the Radiant team. And here goes the Mars. There's the arena, but there's the Winter's Curse onto the Mars, kind of holding the Radiant team in place. There's the Lich ultimate goes down, but they're able to spread out and negate the damage. Here's the coil from the puck out onto just the Winter Wyvern. But there's the duel from the Legion Commander. They are trying to kill Legion Commander before the Elder Titan is killed, and they're able to do it. This S and Y plus the Blink Dagger from this Ursa is doing wonders to help him actually stick onto people. Also has the Shard, so the extra Enrage. This Ursa is not getting controlled nearly as well as he was at the beginning of this game. We saw him unable to stick on anybody, unable to kill anybody, but is now able to actually initiate, is now the highest net worth on the map. So is overtaking the other heroes. So his extra status resistance is really helping him out in these team fights. CK has finished his heart, so he has got now 4.5k HP. Does only have 23 armor when his armlet is active though. But doesn't really have to turn off the armlet because of the regen from the heart. He can when he wants to, but it's really not important. It's not going to matter. This Shadow Shaman is going to go down to the Chaos Bolt Illusion as well as the CK popping in with this Reality Rift. And there's going to be a quick duel on the Elder Titan by the Legion Commander. Does have the Shard now, so spell immunity on press the attack has Purge and spell immunity. It's going to be a very strong ability coming into this late game. So while the Dire was able to take out a couple heroes and win some team fights, they do have to be careful. The pick off from Radiant is still there. Now Puck has to be careful. Here's the grip. And more than enough damage from this Winter Wyvern with the Ag Scepter here. And the DD rune is just going to take down Puck during the duration of the Sinister Gaze. Now Dire being 3 heroes down just leaves their base vulnerable to the right clicks of all these Radiant heroes. They have quite a few heroes that are pretty decent at taking down buildings, and they are going through the racks. They've already killed one. They're about to kill the second one. They could potentially go for 3 here. They're still 15 seconds out on this Puck, and they're going for the 3rd rack. So they could potentially get Mega Creeps here. The Dire cannot turn and try and team fight until they have all of their heroes up. Mars does go in, but he's quickly outnumbered, quickly controlled, and killed Ursa. Going onto the back lines, but the Blade Mail does quite a bit of damage back into the Ursa. Legion Commander winning that duel, 170 bonus duel damage. Coil out onto the CK, but I don't know what the Puck's going to be able to do. He's just get pulled right back into the CK and kills him. GG, well played, called by the Dire. Very well played by Apes in your game. We're going to go to a quick intermission, and then we will come back for the second game. Hey, how's it going?
What's up, dude? I gotta switch over. Hold on, I'm making notes for myself. I'd have to have CK because no, dude. So I have some stuff to talk about. Alright, so they're done. Let me get you my friend code, and you can invite me to the party, or you can give me yours.
Alright, I gotta find mine.
It's there's like a little man with a plus symbol under like the Overwatch case thing.
There it is.
Yeah, what's yours?
Message. I'll send it in Discord.
There we go. I gotta switch out my
It's whatever you really want to do. I'm fairly new to this, so I'm just doing it for fun, so. Let me, I don't see it yet. There we go. Oh, thanks. Yep. There we go.
Well, fantastic. Yeah, okay. So, I was watching last game, but I didn't get a chance to talk about things that I was seeing. So, here's the list. Do you want to talk about the draft, or you want me to go over the list, or how do you want to?
Let's go over the list.
Okay. Well,
I'm
first,
interested to hear about this list.
absolutely. First, I'm K Sneak. Just I cast for fun as well, and I don't know if anyone has ever heard mine, but yeah, I've been playing like 13 years, so I play with apes quite often, so they're my friends. So I like to try and think of things that would beat their drafts or things like that, just to keep it fair, because there's always a bias involved. So anyway, so in the lane, Shaman, his build was a Sage's Mask, and I think he could have probably expanded that to maybe like. You could go for a wand, which really helps you. It gives you some nice stats, a couple tangos. You could go for a couple of branches, which gets you into that next step of the wand. I think it's really, really strong. And then just look out for the ability to buy an early, either a couple of early salves for you and your Ursa, or go for the what do you call it? Infused raindrop, because Rubik absolutely stomps on Shaman in lane, because Shaman's best asset to win the lane is not his Ether Shock to get you equal trades, it's his right click damage. So I like to build straight into Tranquils to help against bursty heroes like that, and I also like to build like Wind Laces or things like that right out of the gate, because move speed is everything. He's not very fast, and being able to outmaneuver your opponent is sometimes critical. I've won entire lanes because an offlane chased me too far, and I was able to outrun him, right, while my carry farmed. So that was one thing that I had noticed. His plan was to get the Sage's Mask and do mana regen, so that he was just able to continually burst. And I think it's just a little too expensive. I would have pulled a little bit more, gone for more move speed, a little bit more base stats, etc. But overall, the lane is strong, because even though he loses, the Ursa absolutely stomps the Legion Commander, and we saw he actually died a few times in the lane. So it wasn't a total loss. It was just something I had kind of noted to myself. If he had made that slight change, it might have been just a completely one lane. Yeah, so the Legion was an interesting pick, because they could have easily just as easily gone in Axe. But what I liked about it was they had this ability to do, and you saw this one time in the game, a Winter's Curse into a Legion ultimate. So you
Yeah.
can just kind of guarantee a death, right? He's stunned for 2.5 seconds at the least, according to the new change. Or if he has somebody in there, it's just, I mean, it helps out. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got the Rubik wins. Ursa accidentally blocked his own camp when he was in the jungle. That was really sad for him. And this is kind of like a strategy moment for how I saw it. Is like, if you have an Ursa team, Ursa wants to take Roche early. That's kind of like the advantage of your draft, right? In addition to being able to kind of chew through some of these tanky offlaners. So you really want to play the top lane of the map. But because they were doing like stacks on Ancients, which isn't bad, like you can definitely do that, but you know, the lanes didn't go the way that they wanted to, so they were a little ambitious. I would have focused on stacking the jungle, because then you can just focus all of your attention on trying to farm that area, getting the Ursa into the Roche, smoking and stuff like that. It just never really came together. Let's see, Dire team definitely took the top half of the map early, so they went for that tier 1 tower. They should definitely try to defend it, but here's a weakness of their draft. The Mars needs a blink in order to initiate, and we saw those really good initiations at the end. The only thing I was really sad about is like the first one when he just got his blink dagger, they actually didn't smoke up immediately. He walked in and did it, and it just wasn't the initiation he wanted. Rubik stole it, and they ended up dying a couple of times. But I really believed in the Mars pick. I think if they pick it up again, it would be... No, they don't. They picked it up, Spirit Breaker and Sand King. Man. Well,
Yeah.
anyway,
I
it
think
was just like small things, you know?
Yeah, I think the trying to get the Battle Fury to counter the CK was also a little bit of a self bait there, because the Ursa was doing very well just fighting, but because he went for that Battle Fury, he's now got a farm. Battle Fury, you really want to farm your next item. It's one of these acceleration items that when you're not farming, it's not, you're not getting a lot of value out of it. And we saw that like by the time he got the Battle Fury, he wanted to start fighting, but he's just got a Battle Fury. He got controlled for so long until he got the S and Y and the Blink. I think if he tries to go for S and Y and Blink a lot earlier, he's going to be far more effective in this early game. He's going to be able to keep the CK from getting out of control, and then can figure out how to deal with him later. Because he wasn't really dealing with the CK the whole game anyway, even though he got this Battle Fury. And that's also kind of the issue with stacking those Ancients. It's kind of it's self-detrimental if you do it too early, because you've taken your support out of lane, goes to stack the Ancients. Not that many carries can kill Ancients, especially if you've seen the changes to the I think it's the I forget what they're called, but it's like the yellow fat lizard. It's AoE damage is so strong now that if you go in and you're like kind of low and you try to fight that thing, it's gonna kill you like very fast. And if you got a couple stacks, you're just gonna disappear and go, oh shit, I gotta leave now. And then you've got to go heal, and you've wasted all of your time. Like stacking the smaller camps is much more efficient, because your carries actually be able to take those and stay topped up on HP and be able to get through, and just not going to be super low by the time he's done. Like we just saw, they couldn't execute as well because they needed items, and the Radiant was just playing so fast.
There were two other things I wanted to mention, and then we can get into this game. So the first was, I would have liked to see a Yules before BKB on the last one for Mars, because they had 2 BKB piercing stuns. Of course the Legion and the Winter Wyvern, and I just didn't feel like most of their damage was magical at all. And then the last thing is, like, I'm landing on a high note. I watch Psychic quite often. I don't think I've ever seen his Rubik, and he had some huge steals in this last game. Like the perfect ET setup was really nice. He stole the wards. I mean, the steal for the arena, he did it twice, but he only got to use it like once. I mean, he played out of his mind. I'm really excited to see him kind of go out of his comfort zone and play some of these different heroes, like outside of Grimstroke, Lina, or like Invoker. So I'm really, or Dazzle. I'm really happy to see that.
He had a really good steal just on the shackles as well. He grabbed the shackles and was able to pretty much control somebody for an entire team fight because he got the shackles. It's like, ooh, you don't think of like there's all these big abilities that he can grab, but sometimes that shackles ends up being the strongest ability that you can grab, because it lasts so long, and if nobody went on him, so he's just able to get the full duration off. So it just did so much in the team fights, as well as like that first steal on the arena where he gets arena and immediately drops his arena just slightly off of it, so he's able to walk out. It was so good, because that legitimately saved him, because the Ursa had to stop for half a second, get hit back a little bit by the arena, went to go on him, and he's able to walk out and stay away long enough just to blink out, and immediately turned right back into that team fight and was able to control the Ursa as the Winter Wyvern came right back into the fight. Both of them had like maybe 5% HP, and they killed the Ursa because they got the Cold Embrace off on the Lich. Ursa couldn't kill the Lich, and then you got the Control came right back in and killed him. So they had a lot of like really small plays.
What do you think of the draft this game? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
So I mean, we see the Lich coming up. The Lich's armor, the Frost Shield is, I mean, it's always good. It's always strong. I think it's very good, especially when you've got like kind of a bursty lineup now, because you see Spirit Breaker, you see Sand King. You've got this this Lich now is going to really help kind of keep somebody from getting burst down by this combo, because what they're probably going to try and do, charge him with the Spirit Breaker, get it the initial bash off, get the stun while the CK comes in with a stun and his AoE damage, and they're going to burst somebody down quick. The Lich is going to stop that almost completely, and that person's not going to take nearly as much damage. Luna also a very bursty hero, especially early on until she gets 4 items. Most of her damage is going to be coming from ultimates as well as Qs. If you're able to drop your Frost Shield, it's going to stop that. Jakiro, mostly just going to be control, but it's going to be difficult to control Juggernaut, right? Because he can just spin off the a lot of the damage over time that this Jakiro is really going to be able to. Like, that's how he wants to harass, but Jakiro or Juggernaut's just going to walk in, spin, kill the wave, go leave, go do something else if that becomes the issue. Dark Willow's an interesting pick. Did get a couple of changes. I think she's very strong. Not valued as much as some of these other heroes, but being able to put the brambles down is very good, as well as the change to her shard now with the reduced like her stun goes out faster, as well as drops the brambles. That's going to be very good. TA coming out, that's most likely the mid laner, is very good,
like
but
see, I like to see it. I don't know, like I know that he could probably pull out like the clinks here, but I think the theme of this game is maneuverability.
Yep,
yeah,
there's the clinks.
Yeah, I just know what he plays, so I didn't like predict that. I just but I was thinking this when you were talking, is like they've kind of built like this. Honestly, I think the TA Luna is a little on the greedy side, but they do have like a lot of team fight. But if you have like a team that is really big and like all 5, and the Spirit Breaker who's just like roaming around by himself, maneuverability is everything. So the Clinks is a good pick. I think the Juggernaut can just walk away from some of these fights until he's ready. It combos well with the Lich. You still have that kill potential. Dark Willow, I've never seen Psychic on the Dark Willow. That is something new to me. But, you know, Dark Willow Slardar is a sick lane. You've got Slardar eating up some of the damage, and the Dark Willow being able to add in some of that extra right-click damage. I don't see how, if Jakiro is the 5, I don't see how Jakiro is going to contest the lane so much against Dark Willow until he gets levels into his abilities, because Dark Willow just starts the lane. He should start the lane with extra regen, and just kind of be able to tank through some of his abilities, and boom, he's out of mana. That's it. He's kind of neutralized his net worth and his effectiveness in lane, and they just kind of go all over the Luna. The Jakiro pulling is gonna be impeccable. He's gotta he's gotta fight for that vision, I think. Yeah. And then that's just my first impressions on it. Honestly,
that safe lane is gonna be really tough, because you got to remember Luna is not a real ranged hero.
Yeah,
technically is ranged, but her range is so short. When you go in for some of these last hits, you still got to be careful, because you're going to be able to eat a lot of bashes from this Slardar if you try to get it. Especially like if you go for some range creeps, is going to have to use her mana pretty much to secure range creeps. So if she goes with his range creeps, she's going to take so much harass. The other thing is, I play way too much Luna, and I don't think the hero's in a great spot right now. And that's mostly
she's
because
okay, but she just falls. She doesn't play well from behind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
there's a very specific window when you can win a game, and it's going to really come down to Barros, how comfortable he is on the hero, and when he knows when that window is that he's going to be able to win, and he has to communicate it with his team. They have to all get on board, and they have to go fight immediately, because it's usually about 35 minutes. If you can kind of have a pretty decent lane, you get a little bit ahead on Luna, you get your kind of your farming item, you get like a stat item, you get your BKB, and then you have to take the fights and you have to try to get into the base. If you don't get into those T3s and you miss the window, it's going to be a very difficult game because she starts to get item dependent, starts to run out of slots. There's a lot of things that she needs, some things that are not top tier items. Things like
I worry about what's
Dragon
gonna
Lance are
happen.
very useful, but that's not a good item super in the late game, and you run the risk of being kited.
I worry about what's
quite a
going to
bit.
happen with the Clinks. Like, he's going to definitely be rotating on some of these lanes. The Luna is going to be a little bit afraid of some of these rotations. And then here's like the most valuable area for the Radiant side. So like if the Dire start invading, we'll see. Look at this. They're actually invading right now. They want to take 3 runes. The greed is real. And they're going to find Puck Puck Zeus.
Yeah.
By the way, great name. Quick crush, and he's going to fall first blood.
And
Sorry,
that's
I
where
took
you
over your
gotta
spot.
be careful with these new changes to the rune spots. The Willow is a lot stronger at fighting around these because you've got to run back up
Open.
these short little stairs here. It's not good against the Bramble Maze. Like, it's gonna catch out somebody or force you to take a bad direction. Like we saw, Puck Puck Zeus just went, all right, I guess I'm gonna die. I can't get. If I try to run through the brambles, I'm gonna get caught, and maybe someone more important is gonna die. So he's just gotta eat that death, unfortunately. But the other thing about the clinks into the Luna, part of Luna's issue is some of these ranged damage dealers that can hit her outside of her range. Drow is particularly effective because of her ability to pierce her armor, and
Bot.
Luna really wants to survive through her armor.
Bot.
Yeah, and like you said, they're just getting some harass out. Jakiro can't do a whole lot. It's all damage over time, not burst, and that's what the Willow is really weak to, is that quick burst. Willow's not really worried about getting down low because eventually she's just gonna be able to shadow realm, walk away. But with this minus armor from the Slardar, a lot of the tankiness that Luna's gonna have coming from her agility is gonna be completely negated. Like, the minus armor is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's 10, 15,
10.
and 20. It's so hard to counter, and you don't want to build armor items on Luna, so she's just gonna eat that minus armor in order to be able to be effective in team fights.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, it kind of negates the whole agility hero advantage. And I think that's what's really scary in this particular game, is just like an agility hero is known for having high armor because agility scales armor very well. So,
Yeah. And it forces you to also buy the manta. I think that's one thing
Oh,
that you
hey.
want to force the other team to do. Go ahead.
they can't hear me in cast is what they said. So let me try and turn it on. Hang on. In game?
I've got you coming through, and I checked on my stream, so I believe you're coming through.
Okay. So just in game. I didn't turn it on.
Okay.
Ah, rip. So I did the same thing you did. I forgot to turn it on.
Yeah.
Oh, I was distracted. Sorry.
Double kill bottom.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I checked to make sure mine was working, and then you were like, I can't hear you in game. I was like, I checked to make sure it was working. I didn't actually turn it on.
Yeah, look at this Eld.
But yeah, here's the bash. It's just, you get close to get some hits, and
Oh, this
you
could be a
weren't out of
death.
position, but now you're out of position. Yeah, here, it just goes down. That's what I was saying. Like, Luna's not a real ranged hero. You want to have a ranged hero into Slardar, and they had the ability to pick a ranged hero, but they picked the Luna instead.
So this is what
But
I was
those
talking
bashes
about.
are so much damage.
Hey, this is what I was talking about in terms of pulling. Like, he should be pulling this lane over here and keeping this wave as close to this tower as possible all the time. And when they have they should have a ward where basically the Dire has set up this ward and scout for these rotations to prevent himself from dying. But yeah, look at this. They want it. They're gonna go for it.
Yeah, they just go deep. They're able to get it. The Brambles plus the stuns is more than enough control to pretty much kill anybody early on. This is going to be a lane where Luna's going to want to leave as fast as she can.
Yeah.
Radiant should look to their bottom tower.
Up top, I don't think there's a lot of kill potential for the Juggernaut. Well, maybe. I feel like Spirit Breaker just runs away, and then Sand King has like a disengage. Eld is really flexing on mid right now. He gets rid of the refraction pretty much immediately every time. And then, of course, the poke. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting, really. They look even in armor, too. So if he gets rid of the refraction, there's really no advantage. Up top.
Yeah.
Top. You're gonna cut.
They don't have the spin, but not quite enough. But that's kind of how they use the Juggernaut's doing the same thing the CK was doing with the Lich, where they want to have somebody who can do a lot of damage in a small amount of time. The problem is they just need to stick on somebody, and slows last so much longer in the early game versus a stun, that having someone slow with like a Juggernaut, pop the shield on him, get one Frost Blast, he's going to be able to spin pretty much anybody down, and if he doesn't kill him, they're going to have to leave and go regen. And we see that happened to the Sand King. Luckily, they had some good path blocks that were able to keep him alive.
Yeah. Look at this. Eld has not put a point in Skeleton Walk. He is almost level 6. So he is, yeah, he's focused entirely on the amount of damage he can pump out in this lane against Genie. I think that's really interesting. The build choice.
But it's also going to help him secure the last hits, because while he can get rid of the fraction charges, the damage is still separate instances. So he wants to be able to match this TA's bonus damage from the refraction. So being like putting that many points into the searing arrows as well as getting the strafe is going to help him pretty much not get out last hit by the TA, but also keep those refraction charges off. So if he wants to get some harass, he actually can. I think it's actually really smart.
Yeah, I mean, immortal level gameplay right there.
Yeah.
Oh, bottom.
Yep, going on. Shakira able to navigate most of those, but
this is just straight wave denial. Can I cast this? Can I do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, here comes the crown right here. He's running through the trees. Lunch Tray is going to hunt him down. He's not Bounty Hunter. He's Slardar, and he's angry. Look at him. This fish is after this cat, and that is kind of backwards from how we've taught. But they turn it around with this ice path. Maybe Barroth on the very edge of death, but he will fall eventually. An off lane for a carry, and Puck Puck Zeus comes in. He wants to punish Psychic, but the mana isn't there. So in the end, 6-1 right now for Apes. And who's the Radiant? Was it? Sorry, I didn't catch the full name. It was.
This was. I can't remember. It's beautiful
it's not,
something.
Yeah, it's not showing. Okay, hang on.
I don't know why it's not showing up.
I can solve this. Hang on.
I usually just call them Radiant and Dire because I forget the team names.
Yeah, it's all good.
Quick.
Doesn't matter. Humorous caster moments. Anyway.
Yeah.
I just like shot casting. So if you don't mind,
yeah. No, I don't mind if you pop in.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am fairly tired tonight, so I don't mind.
It's all good, bro.
Over.
For this time,
I do like color commentary myself because I like the strategy behind Dota. It's one of my favorite parts. Right. That's why I like looking at the different builds and seeing how different people play. You can see Luna here going for the pretty even split of Lunar Blessing versus the Lucent Beam. Is a little bit unfortunate. It's going to make it a little bit harder for her to rotate through the jungle, so she's got to stay in this lane a little bit longer. And they can die because they know they have to stay in this lane because she doesn't have early points of Moonglaives. She can't just leave and go in the jungle.
Up top, they did try it on on LinkedIn Baroth. Yeah, Juggernaut going a little bit too deep. Did not commit his ultimate, but the Sand King, yeah, he's be fine. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Could this be? Can they get a bash? Anything?
Nah, he has enough mana for the Blade Fury, so if they did initiate too far, they'd be able to go in. But they do have to be careful because here's the clinks, there's the damage.
Yep. The rotation.
All those points in searing arrows pay off, quickly killing the Sand King there.
Nice. Mothman salving his boy. But Genie getting lucky as well, finds a regen rune mid.
Ooh.
So what do you do with this right now? Like they're rotating Mothman back mid to try and get level 6, and they're rotating Psychic as well. You have 2 supports with lots of stuns. Do you try him?
I don't think he's really... He's not like a Clinks. He doesn't have the natural abilities to get kills that fast. He's only got 1 point in the meld, so the minus armor isn't going to be there. They have to get pretty far out of position to get hit by these psionic traps in the mid. That would be his kill potential, but because they're sticking pretty near the tower, there wasn't going to be any kill potential early on.
Yeah.
Notice it's
1-7. It's 1-7, but the net worth is actually pretty even. So this is not the worst. I felt like the Radiant side was pretty greedy. It's actually a sign of growth compared to last game. But up top, they try Corey, who steps a little bit too far. There's 3 people who come in. Even Genie rotated, so she's trying to take some of these stacks in the Ancient and get her Blink's Deso so she can be active around the map. But
yeah, going for Blink first, that's an interesting choice. So it's going to value that movement ability over the burst damage of the Desolator. Also, I think kind of tells you how they feel about the game, where she feels that like the Genie's going to feel that she has to get more active, isn't going to be able to sit back, because once you get the Deso, you can do damage, but you kind of want to farm a little bit to farm into that Blink dagger, because you really want both. But going for the Blink first means that
wait a second,
really wanna...
Eld, he's going to lap around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's an Ice Path stunning him, but he gets caught by Mothman in the end. And that is a 4-man dive beyond this tower. They did this last time. Up top, it looks like we have a counterplay going on. And Omni Slash, Refraction, pretty much eating all of it. Can they catch him? Epicenter is out. No more spin. Corey will fall. So carry for support, but they're going to lose this tower down bottom. They fortified. Do they want to defend? No, in the end, let's look at the fight recap. It is actually favoring the Radiant.
Yeah, I think it's favored because Corey is the more valuable kill. Like they lost a tower, but because of his net worth, the Jakiro is just not that value. Almost lowest on the net worth. The only one below him is Mothman on the Lich. But that's kind of where you expect a Lich to be. He doesn't have any kind of farming abilities.
These towers are super important because they open up the way to like invade the jungle and triangle. And like I said, mobility is everything in this game. They want to out-rotate their opponents. They want to hit them from weird, interesting angles. Mid, Psychic. He gets gone on with the Lucent Beam and just blown up with the Meld.
Yeah. You
Goodness
can see that trap that's been sitting there for a while. Like I said, it has to wait for them to get a little out of position. Once they get on those traps, easily able to take them down.
Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets blown up by Eld. Couple of right clicks. Baroth saves himself with the invis. Puck Zeus has to be careful though because he's getting right clicked as well. And there's a killing spree on Eld. And if he just had Dust linked in, Baroth would die as well. So 2 for 1. The fight recap says 500 gold change towards Apes with 700 X. But the fight's not over. Corey is actually going to lose his life. That is rough. That is so rough. And finally, the Sand King will fall.
But double kill does have enough damage.
Can L just do this all on his own, man? This guy is flexing his muscles. Early medallion. God gracious, give me a break. And the buyback. Puck Zeus is here. He is angry at Eld. But the save. Oh, no, almost the save. Eld still right clicks him. Triple kill. My God, Mothman. They pulled him in from downtown. Genie with the explosively splash movement over there. Goodness gracious. They finally take the man down. Raid boss.
Yeah, that strafe doing quite a bit. He burst down 2 people during the duration of that strafe. He kind of got caught out a little bit, popped himself out of invis, and immediately got stunned.
Yeah, I mean, and he's going to have a Deso here in like 1,000 gold. That is crazy.
Yeah, and it's the, because both of those heroes are ranged, the Luna.
He popped the spells. Looks like Genie might have stepped out of position. She used the blink to initiate, so it's got to be a little bit scary, especially in the position that you're at. The Ice Path comes out, trying to save him. A couple of right clicks. Lunch Tray will fall. Saved by position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Genie jumps forward to finish the job. Man, an assassin. Truly. Templar assassin.
Yeah, the Ice Path as well as the Macropyre really doing a lot in that team fight, as well as being able to get those refraction charges back up just in the nick of time to avoid taking that last couple instances of damage. But that is part of the issue of having a Willow and a Slardar. They don't have a lot of damage instances between the two of them. They really need those clinks to burn through those refraction charges.
And they take the mid-tier 1 tower. Genie actually surprisingly with that death still, with the she didn't die. What am I thinking?
She did die.
Anyway,
she died to clinks.
Why is it showing 3-0 for me?
Oh no, I'm wrong.
She didn't die. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So
it was the Sand King and Luna died. That's who it was.
Genie is top net worth right now. She has 7,100 net worth, and Eld, who has been on a monster kill streak, 6-1, 6,800 net worth. We lost Jakiro, but that's to be expected. He's position 5. He dies easy.
Yeah.
So, Smoke. Movement through the jungle. Genie wants to make use of this. So close to the Deso, I feel like this could probably wait, but we'll see if it pans out. They're gonna look for Corey here, and they're gonna
But he
find
does
him.
have
Look at this.
ultimate.
Oh yeah, they catch him.
They gotta get it. Oh, they have just enough damage. That bash coming out right as the spin finished. Otherwise, it wouldn't have done the bonus damage because it is magical damage.
I think it was really scary that he just reflex spun there, because if he had not, he could have used Omni Slash and probably bought more time for rotations. But the spin actually ended up being his doom because he can't Omni in it.
Yeah, part of the issues is that Genie is the one doing most of the damage. It's all physical, so while he did get the spin, and he's not getting controlled, he can't do attack.
Oh, Trey walks into two of them, a two-man crush, but Baroth just pops the Eclipse immediately. Eld, he's going to clean up the Luna, and they jump forward. Look at this, Trey is going to help finish the job. They're going to take all three, I don't think for anything, and one more jumps in. TA is there. Genie, do they have Dust? He's going for a couple of right clicks on Mothman. The meld doesn't reach. He just walks right past the bounty rune, and this will be his first death, with Eld having another triple kill. 4 heroes down on the Radiant side. Lunch Tray jumps forward. There's the vision. A couple more right clicks. And this guy's at -7 armor. And across the trees, Eld will just finish him. Ultra kill.
Yeah, that Corrosive Haze doing a lot in these team fights to really accelerate Eld's right click damage, because you can see he went minus armor as well as the Slardar minus armor. He's doing so much extra damage to these heroes. He's able to burst anybody out, as well as that Corrosive Haze, because it stops Genie from going invis, as well as any of these heroes from juking.
Unfortunate timing. They actually had a catapult in this exact timing, helping to push out this wave, and he just picked up his Deso, so this tier 2 should fall unless they make a counter initiation just like this. Here comes the epicenter. Eld is gonna die, but do they get more? That's the big question. Corey, those are 2 big cores down, and somewhere along the way, Sidekick also fell. So that's 3 heroes, but that's a tier 2 down. That opens up the way to take those outposts.
Yeah, they can take these outposts, and they had to be careful because the rest of their team had rotated away while they were staying there to finish off the tier 2. But you gotta be aware that tier 2s are very easy to defend, especially the mid tier 2. It's the closest to the Radiant base. Right. So they're able to just get right back out.
This is ambitious. He does not have his Deso yet. So the amount of damage that they can realistically put out on the Roshan before they respawn is pretty low. I mean, they're getting there. They're halfway there, but Eld's up in 3 seconds, and they're rotating in. I think that they know that this is going on without even the scan.
They definitely know now.
Oh, yeah, there it is. They jump in. Trey, they at least know they're going to defend this Roche. Oh, but nice kill off to the side, Mothman. Not positioned well. He does buy back. Slardar, the fight is...
Here. They did initiate, but here comes the Omni Slash.
That's right. They're taking the fight on the whole wrong side, but somehow Apes actually managed to get 2 kills. I feel like this was... It still is kind of... Radiant positioned this okay. They could throw in a huge macro fire.
The team fight was part of the issue. They had 2 on the high ground on the top and 2 on the high ground on the bottom. And because they got split, they weren't able to take as good of a team fight as they wanted.
Yeah, look at that. 15 minus armor plus the Deso. I mean, and the medallion. Clinks is just going all in on their armor. My God, he just hits him in a couple of hits. He doesn't even need a divine rapier.
Yeah, here's the
1, 2, 3
down to 3 hits.
Yeah, his name is how many hits it takes before he dies.
Yeah, it started out at 5, now it's 3.
Yeah.
El's just got to get it down to 2 and then 1.
Yep, there we go. It's a challenge, bro. It's a challenge. Oh, and look at this. This is what we were talking about. The most valuable area on their side of the map is this, and they've completely farmed it. They've completely warded it, taken it over. And this is a big problem for the Radiant. They have to come in and deal with this. They find out.
Also blocked the Ancients as well.
Meld on the side picks up the Lich. Clink
still
stayed
has not
a little bit.
Dust.
I stayed a little bit too long there. Yeah, he's gonna fall for this. Aegis.
That's gonna be Aegis. He really needs to just buy casual dust.
Let's try with the initiation. He's waiting to see where they are. They instead just say, "Nah, I'm dead." Just let it go.
Yeah. He really needs just to get rid of one of these Wraith Bands and buy dust, because that's been multiple times where the Sand King has not gone down because Clinks couldn't see him. He had to stop attacking.
Oh. Big moves from Sidekick to terrorize, keeping him alive until he runs right into Genie, and yeah, no, never mind. But the death was completed
by
now.
the TA to get on the other side, knowing that Fear was coming out. It's just dodged it completely.
Yeah, he had the foresight for that, definitely. He's got his Deso now. So what can he do with the Deso?
They're going to have to try and take some towers because you can see they got the mid tier 1, but they still have both the tier 1s on the top and the bottom. They need to start getting some tower damage, start forcing the Dire to lose some map control because right now the map is pretty much all Dire favored. Like you can see here, this is still blocked, this ancient camp. They can't take these ancients until they find those wards. Now there's 2 sentries right next to each other. It looks like they missed the first one into the corner there. And they got on the second time, but they're going to have to find these.
I'd like to see Apes go and take over this right here because they know that this is a valuable portion of the map. So give them incentive to kind of split apart and then like divide and conquer. I think that's how their path to victory. As for the Radiant, Beautiful really have to, I think, yeah, like you said, gather S5, take some of these towers, get rid of the map control, and do the same to Apes, like divide and conquer. Give them reasons to be split apart and try and deal with some of these other things, and then just take some of these kills, like they did on Corey in the early game. Those are perfect.
They've got the best teamfight ultimates on the side of the Radiant as well, and they're all off cooldown, but they're not pushing towers. I'd like to see them get more aggressive when they know they've got these cooldowns, because that means the Dire does not want to fight into this. Like, they've got the damage from the clinks, but they don't necessarily have the teamfight control. They've got a lot of pick-off potential, a lot of minus armor, but you don't want to fight into Macro Pirate Luna ultimate with the epicenter coming on all at the same time. It doesn't matter how much minus armor damage you're doing, you're gonna die quickly.
You're right on point. I don't think there's a truer statement been said. That was absolutely correct. Yeah, look at this. They're starting to invade the jungle. So Ape kind of taking that same... it's probably just a call that they made, but yeah, this is exactly what I would like to see. Lich, a little out of position. Psychic with a nice setup onto the Sand King, but it doesn't look like they have the follow-up to deal with it. Kind of scared that they might have a sentry, so L doesn't really want to dip in closer, especially without his Slardar there to
it's
counter initiate.
Smart as well, because they do have a sentry right there.
And look at this.
A couple times by that.
They defended that area of their map at the same time while pushing that tier 2 top. So the TA making moves as well to help them kind of deal with this. And this just looks like a stronger team than we saw in the last game, honestly. Like, maybe they just need a warm-up or whatever, but definitely they are in it to win it this game. You can see it.
Yeah. And the Dire was doing the typical thing that Dire likes to do, where they keep control of their triangle and then they try to get aggressive into the jungle and take that tier 2 bottom. But unfortunately, that's what let them do that split play, where they could defend their triangle as well as take the top tier 1, because they knew this Clinks was not going to be in the area. He wasn't in position to counter initiate.
Yeah. TA is going to continue split pushing onto the side here. This game is kind of slowed down a little bit. I think that favors the Radiant more than anybody, but yeah, they will hit a power spike before, or Ape will hit a power spike before Beautiful, 100%. I mean, once he gets this BKB, and it's on the way, Clinks no longer has to fear the Eclipse. He doesn't have to fear the Epicenter. He no longer has to fear the Macro Pirate. Like, he's good.
Those have been the things that have really been taking him down, with the Burrow Strike plus the extra stun from the Luna Lucent Beam. Yeah. That's what's been stopping him from kind of getting some of these pick-off kills, as well as keeping controlled long enough to go down, because they had to kill him multiple times.
Huge scan from the Radiant, scouted out. I like these wards. These wards kind of show invasion in the jungle.
Yeah,
it looks like
they warded their bot. The Radiant warded the bot jungle quite a bit so that they can spot these heavy rotations. And that's what lets Genie here is now going to get aggressive onto this tier 2, force them to TP back.
Yeah, and they should get a sense that they know, because of these illusions pushing out mid like that. Yeah, like the real Luna would be there, in my opinion, if she had nothing to fear from that area, you know?
Yeah. Because you want to make sure you get those lane creeps. They're very valuable, especially at this point in the game.
Exactly. Oh,
Luna
down bottom.
Did take the top net worth on the charts.
We're in a bit of a pickle for Genie. Lunch tray?
He's got a guess. He's not sure.
He looks like a shark right now. Like, I feel like I just want to like narrate Slardar. Donna.
I'm surprised that the Dark Willow didn't come over to kind of casually dust just to check. Like, there's not a lot of vision. Like, without the corrosive haze going out, they don't have a lot of like dust on many of their heroes. It's just on the 2 supports. Which means if
Yeah,
these
they're-
cores are anywhere near, like anywhere away from the supports, they're just gonna get fogged by the invis. That's why I think it's very important for cores, especially if you know that the kills that you want to get, when those heroes can go invis, you have to just sacrifice a slot, buy them some dust to guarantee some kills. It'll pay for itself very quickly.
This is interesting. They are forcing the high ground fight. Corey on the lead, but Lunch Trade jumps right in. One hit, and he is below half HP. 1, 2, 3. One hit from Eld. He can't pop up his BKB. He's gonna drop 51 seconds without the clinks. They all have to just bounce.
And that's the burrow strike into that Luna ultimate. He's not able to, just didn't have any second where he was not stunned in that team fight because he was kind of out by himself, ready to get those kills. But because they got the initiation on him, you've got to be aware of those team fight ultimates. They do so much damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now's their
I mean,
opportunity to get aggressive, though. They have 20 seconds when he's back. This Luna ultimate has still got 60 seconds where it's not going to be back, as well as 70 seconds on the epicenter. They're going to be able to get really aggressive now because they forced that fight. They may have lost Eld, but they can really start to try and push top or push mid. They can go for tier 3s knowing that they can't fight on the Radiant side now. They've got to wait. They're very team fight ultimate dependent.
Oh, top. Omni Slash onto Baroth. He's running half HP, pops his spin, but doesn't TP. He actually can't. 30 seconds. So they do catch him here over the trees. Ice Path, and they have the vision from the charge. He's in a little bit of trouble. I don't think he can make it. The cat heal is being kited, and it does die, but he dies before it. Anyway, 50 seconds with him down, and the Luna lives.
Yeah, let's see. He's got the Omni Slash, but because he's got this Battle Fury buildup, he doesn't have as many attacks into the Omni Slash. And Luna is quite tanky with 31 armor, like 31 base armor plus 5. Like that is very tanky to right clicks. When all you're doing is right click damage, the Battle Fury is not enough damage on its own to eat through that armor.
Luna is going, she went a butterfly first. Oh, on the backside, look at this. We already picked up one. The Jakiro is down. Sand King uses himself to keep himself alive. The vision is gone. He is invis now. He's staying alive just barely. They're trying to crush him. The dust comes through. He picks up the Slardar. There's a lot of damage coming out on Eld, but now the Lich is stuck. She actually has to Ghost Scepter himself. And the charge, Mothman is gonna eat this one. Eld turns around with the right click on Puck Puck Zeus. He's gonna fall 2 for 3 right now. Radiant are melting, but it's still a 1K net worth lead on Radiant. Can you believe that? Luna is farming.
Yeah.
She is chugging along.
This is where Luna is really kind of reaching her peak here. In the next 10 to 15 minutes is when Luna is going to be at her strongest, so they're really going to want to keep forcing the issue here. They have 90 seconds left on that ultimate. They just barely got it off cooldown. The Dire did not fight fast enough to be able to get in there. They got the epicenter and the Eclipse off during that fight, and that's why they're able to turn some of those kills.
Look at her
40 armor
right
now.
Yeah.
As well as the effective HP from the 35% evasion. Clanks does not have any way to deal with that right now.
Yeah, he's got to go MKB next, I think, just to be able to hit.
Yeah, it's MKB is really the only option because Luna's probably, well, it's going to get the Satanic next. Satanic did get huge buffs since it's now basically a Manta as well. So it's going to have the Manta as well as the new Dispel on the Satanic. So getting the Orchid into the Bloodthorn is not going to be an option. So his only option is to get that MKB because you can't even get a Rapier anymore. There's no True Strike on Rapier.
Do they go for this Roche?
Ooh, that's a big item. The Paladin Sword as well as the Titan Sliver. Oh, Titan Sliver for the Radiant as well. Titan Sliver, one of the more valuable neutrals now since it's one of the few instances of status resistance left in the game.
Wait a second. This is a Roche right now. I feel like they know that this is going on, and I also feel like if the Radiant can respond, they actually take good Roche fights, but yeah, no, the minus armor just makes this so difficult, but TA did take a tier 2 down bottom. She's pushing into the base. I don't know if that was the correct move. I feel like, you know, you've got a Jakiro ultimate, an Epicenter, and a Luna ultimate. All things excel at a place with no creeps and in small spaces. I would have taken that.
The second Roche is so much more valuable than it used to be as well, because you can see Clinks gets a free Aghanim shard, so it's gonna be creating burning arming skeletons all over the map now. Didn't even have to pay for it. It's a free 1400 gold.
Yeah.
And you have Aegis cheese and the shard. That second Roche is one of the more valuable Roches in the game at this point.
Yeah. By the way, there's something underrated that I love to talk about is the Medallion of Courage that he picked up early, 1.5 mana regen. Super good if you have mana problems like the Clinks. Oh, we gotta go on to Mothman. Lunch Tray comes in with a double crush, and the Corrosive Haze applies because of his talent, his shard. Anyway, Yules for LinkedIn Baroth. They actually see him this time. Couple of right clicks, Ghost Scepter keeping him alive at least for now, but the charge in. Maybe they decide to turn this, and Eld is dropping low. Lucent Beam will actually pick him up. 2 people down for 1. The Sand King only. Spirit Breaker maybe wants to get Trey. He's in the river. He's in hyper boost mode right now. There's no way that they can deal with it. Up, back towards mid lane.
Ooh,
XTC gonna pop the cheese. Yeah, the brambles and the fear pushing them away. I think Radiant are happy with this trade and they're just gonna back off and take it.
Yeah, it was a good dodge maneuver by the Dire to run down and really cut that Luna off. She got stuck on the high ground, does not have a Force Staff to get over that high ground, so she couldn't chase anybody. She either tried to chase somebody bottom by herself or has to wrap back around to try to get mid, but wasn't in any position to continue the fight, so that's why the Dire was able to escape without losing anybody else other than Eld.
Yeah, they forced the cheese to be used on Juggernaut as well.
Yeah,
So
Juggernaut taking a lot of damage from the TA. Does not have the same armor that Luna has, only 25 right now. Luna now sitting on 36.
Oh, she has a Satanic.
Yeah, she's
Oh my
very
God.
difficult to take down right now. On top of
I'd
that
like to
Satanic, she
see-
has the Titan Sliver as well, so she had to go for the Mantis style, but is able to get the extra status resistance now with that that neutral item. It's gonna be a lot harder to keep your chain stunned.
Yeah, I'd like to see a Scotty maybe. Something that really tanks her up as well with the Satanic. So let's see.
She's going for the new Ag Shard, which will provide Moonglaves with your right click whenever you hit somebody, so they're going to bounce around. And she's using her Lucent Beam a lot, so that's going to cause a lot of more Moonglaves in those team fights.
Wait, what? Her new Ag Shard?
Her Ag Shard. So
Which
allows Lucent Beam to be ground targeted, gives you vision in her radius, but also it will 2 random targets within 500 range of Lucent Beam will be getting hit by your auto attacks with Moonglaves.
By the way, yeah, we have a gem on the ground in base. Oh, they say go next.
Haste!
Oh, Mothman runs into Baroth. Yeah, Mothman's gonna eat that one. He jukes through the trees. He might actually be alive. This could be a good setup on Baroth. He is gonna fall, but they don't want to chase after it. Hey, didn't he have BKB? Yeah, he's gonna wait for his discipline. He's gonna wait for his
MKB. He's got the True Strike from the Enchanting Quiver, but that's the only hit that he's got True Strike on right now.
Yeah, I mean, Trey was the only one who believed that the Lich would live, and I mean, he jumped in, you saw it, he wanted to save him so bad, and he almost saved himself. The jukes were unreal.
Yeah, they wasted almost that entire Eclipse
Oh, look at this.
running around trees.
Here we go. Finally, some team-on-team action coming in here. They're making a wide stance, sweeping across the jungle, just looking for anybody. Luna gonna take the river route. Doesn't quite have the best initiation. In fact, Eclipse is on cooldown, so I'm not sure how this is gonna work out. She does have strong right click though. They do place a ward. They see the Juggernaut. This is a valuable kill if they can get it. Slaughter is right behind as well. So
They do back up knowing that they don't have that Eclipse. It was a good smoke because the Dire wouldn't expect them to smoke while Eclipse was down, but they weren't able to connect on anybody. They just get the bounty ruined and back up, knowing that Luna first is not going to be the way that they get a pick off.
I feel like the Juggernaut could have been a really good kill there. He does still have Aegis.
The Sand King had to be in the front to get that kill, I believe.
That's
and
true.
he was
Also,
a
he had
little too far
Aegis.
back. But
Either
even
way,
popping
like-
the Aegis outside of a team fight, which Aegis is gone now.
Yeah. I mean, they were just like, oh, we could just wait for Aegis to expire too. So that's another way to play it. It's probably safer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shakiro TPing out.
It's a smart TP.
Yeah, look at this hook action all the way across the map.
Masterpiece.
And they are looking for somebody who showed top. There's nobody.
Tower is
They're
under
all in the
attack.
base. Do they counter smoke? Do they have one? Oh, they do on the Jakiro. Yeah, here it is. 6 seconds away.
Meanwhile, TA is just gonna get some damage onto the tier 3.
Yeah,
Except
they're like
Juggernaut has the TP to deal with it. He's working on
Yeah,
MKB as well, I believe, just finished it.
This is a huge bait. If they can actually bait the TA, they could take a good team fight. Look at this. Baroth leading the charge one more time. They do see the Psychic. He is there. And oh, there's Corey as well. Alone in the lane. They know that they're split because of that ward. The charge comes in. They're going to initiate onto it. Lucent Beam, a couple of right clicks. And you're out of there. 500 gold going to the Luna, who's already top net worth.
The Desolator plus the Meld just does so much against this Juggernaut. Just does not have the armor to live through that. And doesn't have the HP either. You can see if you look at his build, it's Ag Scepter, MKB, Manta style. He's missing something like a Scotty or Satanic to really kind of tank up. He's got way less HP than this Luna. This Luna is got 3k HP and multiple ways to sustain.
True. Dude, I would... I'd like to see Assange and Yasha and Puck Puck Zeus just continuously charge into precarious places and bulldoze your way out. I'd love to see that.
It's almost impossible to lock down once you get the SNY onto the Spirit Breaker because of the cooldown of Bulldoze. It's only 16 seconds. You walk in the SNY. If this Luna is ever done with the Titan Sliver as well, if Luna gets a better item,
Is under attack.
you can pretty much do whatever you want on the Spirit Breaker and no one's ever going to be able to control you.
Oh.
Then if you get the Ag Scepter on top of that, he becomes an absolute monster in the late game where you can't hold him still long enough to kill him.
Look at this. The net worth change is dropping as they run across the map, just trying to make some space. Jakiro trying to place some of these wards. And Psychic knows to counter ward pretty much immediately. Eld runs in. They see him because he stepped underneath the outpost, which gives vision.
Jakiro with that haste is going to be Yules and get right out of there.
Dire are scanning.
It's interesting. They're like doing these hit and run maneuvers and stuff while TA is just doing things elsewhere. And she's got her Ag, so she's able to teleport to any lane. So she's got a free boost of travel.
Yeah, she's pretty much playing Spectre at this point.
Yeah, I mean, except for you don't have to be anywhere near the people. You can just place these traps. Oh, L goes for it. Onto Genie. Does he have the vision? The Mel? No, he psionic project. Where'd he go?
He just went back to farming the top.
Whoa.
So 1 second channel time and L does not have any way to stop the channel.
That's insane.
That was so close, but
That is
calculated just hits the channel and is like, all right, I'm gone. No one else is here. I don't have to worry about it. Didn't even pop the
channel time
BKB.
seems so stupid, though. My God.
It's so short, especially when there's so many traps all over the map. And I believe they got upped as well. Yeah, 11 max traps. There are traps everywhere. Like she can be anywhere on the map whenever she wants.
Yeah, Klink's going for the nullifier. Wants to make some plays on some of these cores. Nope. They're not going beyond this line right here. They never step beyond it, but that's where they are, unfortunately.
And you can see the Radiant just making sure that they don't cross that line either, knowing exactly that that's where the Dire's looking to get them, is on that high ground. They're just letting this TA split and run across the map, force them to try and deal with her. Unfortunately, she runs into 2, and it is the 2 with control.
Look at this, Corey on the bottom side of the map, and they're chasing down the
BKB
TA.
piercing
They actually
bash.
do get her. Puck Puck Zeus is actually dropping low. The Ghost Scepter, he's gonna fall just barely. 2 down so far. LinkedIn, Baroth, they're running for their life, but a double damage Clinks. Oh, this man hits like a truck right now. Look at this. 1. Maybe they combo him. Lunch Tray jumps in. Eld can't. Oh man, he didn't have a BKB, he didn't have anything. Baroth, they combo him down. Chain Frost is out. Maybe they get some of these supports. But Baroth, he's just gonna Satanic right through this. Or not. Mothman with the setup.
Ooh.
They pick him up. Oh my god, team wipe.
Excellent Sinister. Excellent.
I did
Sinister
not think that
gaze.
they get there. I honestly thought that the Luna would. I did not think they get there.
He held that Sinister Gaze until the Satanic went off and stopped him in the middle of it, knowing that Satanic was how he was expecting to survive that fight.
Wow, I guess BKB valuable, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, the timing could not be worse because they are now taking this Roshan. And it has a refresher shard in addition to the Aegis. Can you imagine double ultimate from either one of these supports? Or just double Omni Slash in general?
I think double Omni Slash is probably what they're going to want, because that's how they can get enough damage out on this Luna. And able to, like, the Juggernaut, if he's able to get hit, he's going down so fast, and that's the advantage of having Juggernaut as your carry with this Swift Slash, with this Omni Slash. While he's doing that, he can't get hit, so he has a lot of effective HP during this ultimate, because he can't get hit. That's his biggest offensive as well as defensive ability.
True. Oh, the crown? It's faster now. Oh, and I love the brambles. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
The reduced 1 second on the delay is so nice. But you do have to pay attention to your Yules combo because it does change the timing. You don't want to try and crown and then Yules and then realize that you stuck him in the air during the stun.
I mean, if stun duration 3.84 seconds, delay 4 seconds, it's basically like every 2 seconds you're casting it after it goes off.
Yep.
He didn't wait.
I like that he's using the Bedlam to farm. It's only got a 30-second cooldown. It's a very effective farming tool, able to help him get a lot of gold early on. I see a lot of people holding onto that skill and trying to save it only for team fights. But generally speaking, if you use it, it's going to be back off cooldown by the time the team fight starts anyway.
Certainly. One thing I'd like to see is, Lunch Tray's going for an AC because he wants the extra minus armor plus the extra armor in general. I would like to see an Ags, honestly. I just feel like, the extra HP regen, the maneuverability, all of it is really strong. You can jump in the middle of a fight and not really care about like who goes on you after that.
Especially since the TA, her survivability is going to be this BKB, but we saw it when she got jumped by the Slaughter in the top lane, that BKB piercing stun on the bash. She can't do all the maneuverability things that she wants to do in a team fight if he's sitting there just hitting her. And having the extra move speed and the regen is going to help him stick on her in the team fight and really cause her a lot of problems. Because that's their control during these BKBs, is going to be that passive bash of the deep.
Look at this mid. Luna holding down the fort. The Terrorize comes out, hits nobody. Corey, he's going for the spin. They really want this tower. They're going to have to fortify. And TA is going for a trade of her own. You can see onto the side. She's going for a trade. Look at this. And she's doing just about as much damage as they are. So Eld, he's kind of all in at this point. Backdoor protection. Where is the creeps? They have to back off. They send the the Willow. The Yules, they actually mistime the combo.
Yeah.
TA is still hitting the racks. Meanwhile, there's a full-on team fight right now. Baroth versus Eld. A couple of slashes going off. Epicenter comes out. 2 blow up instantly. Cheese on Eld. He's alive, at least for now. But down bottom, the Raxus are up top. The Rax is falling. Genie is making it happen. Man, they just lost their ranged Rax for nothing.
Yeah, all they get is the mid tier 3.
My god. It felt like they used everything.
Yeah.
No, it was bottom. I was right. It was bottom.
Yep, they just lost the range racks. A lot of damage out on the melee racks, but obviously it regens, so unless they go for it shortly here, then it's going to be coming back up. Going for the nullifier on the TA as well. Really good against these supports that like to get Ghost Scepter. You see a lot of Ghost Scepters in this game. That's really what's keeping the supports alive, so
look at
these
this.
nullifiers are going to take them out.
I really love this decision from Lunch Tray to pick up the Gemma True Sight. Being able to sweep some of these lanes and make sure that the TA can't rotate the way that she's been rotating is going to be a big move, I think.
I'm surprised they haven't done it earlier.
Oh my god. Eld almost one hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nullifier? Oh, he doesn't have it yet. That's rough. But they pick up Psychic up top anyway. Baroth. Goes for a Hurricane Pike. He's like, everything but BKB. Who needs BKB? Not me. Not BKB. No.
And if you look at the Dire lineup, it's not the BKB's not really going to do a whole lot.
Dire's top tower is
I think maybe you can avoid the Slardar Slithering Crush, but he's still going to come in and right click you, and then you're still gonna get stunned. So you can still get controlled through this BKB, which we saw happen to the TA. So he's just deciding, I'm going to get tanky, I'm going to do a lot of damage. That's going to be, my survivability is going to be the amount of damage that I put into this team fight and force them to run away from me. And we see he picked up the Daedalus,
Yeah,
and that's what's going to really help.
Aegis just expired on the Juggernaut. Yeah, Genie successfully making some of this space, making some of these plays. The weakness of their draft is a little bit exposed here on Apes, is like they don't really have a good way to deal with Rat, and Genie is really showing up right now how this Rat is changing the game for them. They have this really strong Luna mid with a bunch of team fight enablers, and then you've got Genie just pushing the lane who could take trades at the same rate as a team of 5. I just
really
think
good use of that Ag Scepter in a non-standard way to play the TA.
Oh, we got a fight going on mid. Looks like we initiated from the Sand King. Lucent beams everywhere. Eclipse is out. BKB from Lunch Tray, but Corey has already fallen. And Lunch Tray in the middle of the fight looking for everything. They have so many Ghost Scepters. And Eld is down. Lunch Tray is down. 90 seconds. They do have buyback though. Second saving grace. Yules comes out onto Psychic. Baroth still chasing Mothman. 4 people down on Apes. They have lost no one. 4 for none.
It was a really good initiation because they knew they had all their ultimates off team fight. They caught Lunch Tray out by himself, knowing that that's most of their team fight control right now. Taking him out quick meant they really could just run crazy through this team fight with Eld pretty much got ignored completely by the Luna. Luna went straight to the back lines, and now we see 3 buybacks from the Dire.
Look at that instantly because of those buybacks. 17k net worth lead on the Radiant. Beautiful 17k net worth lead.
We do see Corey pick up the Scotty though, so he's significantly more tanky than he was before.
Ah, man. It's rough. And honestly, one more level until I would choose Frost Shield provides 50 HP regen because, I don't know, man. I feel like your base needs it, you know?
They need to heal these towers up, keep them topped off, especially when you've got a Luna that can run in your base.
Yeah.
Anything that's low is going to get casually taken by the Luna.
Yeah, the Chain Frost isn't doing much in these fights. Let's be honest. The shield is going to be everything. They pick up the gem. They actually
Nullifier out on the Clinks now.
So these Ghost Scepters, they're nothing anymore. So like it's not going to matter. The Yule's Ghost Scepter completely done for. If they got an Aeon, that too. So it's just, I think it's a really good item. He's thinking ahead.
Templar Assassin was going for the Nullifier as well, switched up and buys out for the Scythe of Vice. So now he's got to be careful. They have a very good amount of control now on this TA. Has the 1 second Meld Bash hit as well as the Scythe. Psychic's going to walk right into this TA.
Yep.
There's the sheep
going
stick.
for a Helm of the Dominator too. Oh. Shadow Realm? Oh, the plays!
No. The creeps. The creeps killed him.
Oh, but maybe force the BKB and the bash. There's a charge coming out onto Lunch Tray, but they're still chasing Genie. He goes for the channel, maybe? They still see him. The charge turnaround. Where's his team?
There's the sheep
Baroth
stick.
is there. They see him Eld. They just think twice. They have 2 cores. Oh, no. They have 2 cores. Did they catch up? They do. Corey has to spin. Does he pick up the gem on the way? They don't.
Oh, just short on the stun.
But
There's
the Yule
Scepter though.
and the charge, the Nullifier, a couple of right clicks on the Puck Zeus.
There's the sheep stick coming in handy. Stops him from getting the ultimate off.
And the Chain Frost is actually going pretty wild right now. Baroth into the base. And they call GG.
out.
That's it. I didn't see the rest of them die, honestly. Wow, game 3?
Yeah, game 3.
Beautiful beached tuna, that's what it was.
Yeah, beautiful beach tuna. I was beautiful something tuna. I couldn't remember what the middle was. That was a good game by
Yeah,
Beautiful
I'm
Beach Tuna, really turning it around.
honestly. Like I after looking at the last game, I was just like I didn't know how they would get there, but I mean the Luna TA really panned out. It was a really great game. All right, man, pull us in when you're ready.
Alright. Let's go find this lobby now. Nope, it's not up yet, I don't think. Of course, you gotta take a minute to recover after that. It was a pretty close game though. The Dire were very close to taking the victory there early on, but the Radiant really pulled it back with that split push was really what did most of the work there.
Yeah.
Just keeping those creeps back, because the creeps were never in the Dire's, or yeah, they were never in the Dire's favor.
Give me a minute to like smoke a cigarette after that one. Damn, dude.
Yeah, gotta recover after that Dota. That was a lot of battling back and forth.
I'm gonna grab a snack. Be right back.
All right.
Pickle and vodka.
Breakfast of Champions.
No. Pickle and vodka made good vodka.
Now I'm excited for game 3 now, because I was not as excited for game 2 after game 1. Just knowing how much Corey did, it was like, ooh. They dominated pretty much that entire game 1. It was not a very standard draft, but I mean they made it look so good that I was like, okay, this is gonna be difficult. But they
I feel like Apes played it too safe. That's how I feel.
They needed to get more aggressive. Like there's a lot of times where the lunch tray was just going out going, we've got this team fight, and then Eld was like, I think I'm gonna hang back, and then lunch tray's like, alright, I'm just dead. Like we had a kill here, but they didn't quite commit as a team to a lot of those pickoffs, and I think that caused them a lot of problems, as well as overcommitting in the early game. Eld got caught out after getting such a huge lead, just because the Radiant bought vision. That's what it was. He didn't buy any dust, missed a couple kills, and I think twice in the early game that turned around into Sand King going, cool, I'm gonna get the stun off on you, and then we're gonna kill you.
Yeah. By the way,
really believe in that Lich.
Genie really showing that immortal prowess there. Very excited to see what he does in this game. The TA is, yeah, I mean, he's been playing, like, he played a lot of TA recently. He also played a lot of Puck and a lot of Wind Ranger, but I believe that's been banned. Yeah, it's been banned, so.
They banned the Wind Ranger in the PL first phase, which Wind Ranger feels like a very targeted ban, whereas the PL is like, that hero is just stupid right now with the change to his Ag Shard. You can just sit back and just spam your Q until all the supports are dead and then go in and fight.
It's true. So they picked up the Spirit Breaker and the Sand King. That's probably, the Sand King is going to go on to LinkedIn.com Baroth, then they're going to keep Puck Zeus on the Spirit Breaker. I like that, and I like the Mars counter. Yeah, I say counter, but I just like the answer to that. I feel like Trey really dominates on this hero. He sets up a lot for his team. It's a big beacon, like, hey, fight here. But as we talked about in game number 1, the weakness of the Mars is that he's most effective when he gets his Blink Dagger, and it takes him a little bit to come online if he doesn't absolutely destroy his lane. So they have a small window where they can take some early game fights before he has that Blink Dagger, and just turn it into something really good.
And it also causes a lot of problems for ranged carries. If you're smart with your placement of the arena, you can take a team fight and effectively cut off a ranged carry from doing any damage by just saying, I don't need to get the carry I don't need to put the carry in the ultimate, put them on the outside, let's go kill somebody else. Let's deal with this ranged carry later. And then you can just box them out, deal with the rest of the team, and then go back and turn on them as soon as the arena's down. Because you can't attack through the arena. That was the unfortunate side of fighting with Mars into the Winter Wyvern, because his arena has just a specific height and it's very easy for heroes to go over top of it. So with the Arctic Burn, it didn't stop the right clicks from going into the arena, because Arctic Burn, once you have that flying pathing, you are going over top of the arena.
How is Alchemist not banned yet? I feel like
I haven't seen him get banned in any of the games recently that I've casted. I think he's still very strong. He got nerfed a little bit, but I don't think it was enough.
I don't know, man. They also have the... Oh, man. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. Like, I think they just want to hit a power spike before they do, and Alchemist kind of does, you know?
When there's an Alchemist in the game, it's like you always have to deal with the Alchemist. The moment you stop dealing with the Alchemist, he comes out of the jungle with 5 items. You're like, oh, we killed him 14 times. What happened? It's like, oh, they had 2 stacked camps in the jungle. Or, oh, the support's just been like quadruple stacking the small camp. Because that small camp, like if you stack it a couple times, it's worth like 1,000 gold to an Alchemist. It's worth like 150 to every other hero on the map. But Alchemist can burn through it so fast. It's so efficient just to stack the most useless camps in the game for an Alchemist that he just gets so much so fast.
True. And the fact that some of these camps are really close to each other now, just you can kind of like place the acid spray pretty strategically and take both at the same time.
Yeah, especially if you get some quick stacks. And you can stack and pull for yourself pretty easily with the acid spray.
Yeah,
there's
just
a lot of efficiencies.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
It's probably going to be Genie's hero.
You could also Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer could be pretty sick.
Lifestealer is also really good into the Mars because he ignores the arena. It's the same thing with like a Juggernaut, because the spin, you can't get caught by the arena because you just spin and leave. Same thing with the Lifestealer. If you get arena, you just rage and walk out, or you could rage and walk in if you get caught outside of it and you need to get in and fight.
Well, I was thinking Lifestealer for well, they pick up Lion. Yeah, pick up Lion.
I was looking at this puck thinking Lifestealer.
Yeah, no, I was thinking Lifestealer for apes. If I was gonna go for something for, I think what really helped Beautiful in the last game, they pick up the Luna. I was gonna say something along like Medusa, Luna, like something like a super heavy late game carry who, just once again, did they ban out the TA? Did they ban that?
They have not banned the TA yet.
So they've given them the same exact draft, minus the they picked a puck though. So they don't.
I don't think that's gonna be a support puck. But I did see 2 Medusas yesterday. Vix played them, and it was just disgusting. It farmed so fast that even when their team was like getting battered, this Medusa was getting like 10k net worth above like the next highest hero. It's like you saw 3 of the dire heroes on the net worth chart, but then the top one's like this Radiant Medusa that's just up by 10k. It's like, what do you do against a Medusa that's farming that fast? Like normally you got to worry about the Medusa getting into the late game, but she does a lot more now that the mana shield provides bonus mana. Getting that 4 points in mana shield gives her so much effective HP. It's his bonus 250 mana, and it's 2.5 damage per mana by the time you get to the level 4. So you've got like an extra, was that 800 HP by just speccing into your E?
I don't know. I like 2 picks here for the carry. I like either Anti-Mage or Alchemist, but they could also want to go down the route of like BKB. You could also Monkey King, can't you?
Yeah, Monkey King would be good as well.
I don't know how that lanes against the Sand King and Spirit. Well, I guess it excels at right click, but it'd be annoying to deal with the Sandstorm, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's going to be on your support to buy wards in that case. Death Prophet.
Oh.
That's going to be interesting.
It is
Oh.
Dire's ban.
A mid Death Prophet.
I've seen it played safe lane as well pretty effectively, so that's... I think it's most likely mid, but I've seen it flexed into some weird roles in the latest patch, especially in this tournament.
Dire's turn.
And there's the TA ban. They don't want to deal with that, even if that's a mid puck. They don't want to get caught with their pants down with that puck being support.
Yeah. Huh.
10 seconds
Gosh.
remain.
They get rid of the Huskar. Huskar also getting a pretty big buff this patch.
Seconds remain.
Not as good as he used to be, though. Not getting that magic resistance on his E is really nerfed him quite a bit,
Turn to pick.
especially with the lineup
They
that the beautiful beach tuna have. I think they would have been able to deal with a Huskar, but
They
they get rid of
banned-
the CK.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to. I think it's a wasted ban because I feel like they have lots of good options to deal with the CK. I kind of would dare them to pick the CK.
10 seconds.
I would ban like Lifestealer, Jug.
5
Um,
seconds.
I would ban Alchemist. Those are my top 3 right there.
An illusion hero that got buffed that Luna does not deal well with is the Naga Siren.
Ooh,
Her new shard is absolutely disgusting. Those illusions will kill any support that's on the map as long as they can walk up and hit him because of the slow. Oh, they pick up the Alchemist though.
yeah. See, I was telling you, man. They the timings are so much quicker than the rest of the team. And then like if you do get to that maxed out point, like if you farm even just a little bit, you can still give your team an Ags. Like a Lion Ags is really good, a Death Prophet Ags is really good, a Lich Ags is really good. Like all of them are
Yeah.
really good. So
Yeah, Mars Axe
like
as
it.
well with the extra light clicks. You can just
Alright.
toggle your bulwark constantly, doing a lot of
Let's-
extra damage.
let's
But
see
also with the
if
tempo
they-
with the Death Prophet, because the Death
Let's-
Prophet's going to create a lot of problems on the map that's going to make space for this Alchemist.
It's true. Let's see if they pick up a Meepo or something to deal with this Alchemist. Like, I mean, something along those lines of like cheese, because like Alchemist changes the way that you fundamentally pretty much play the game. So
Yeah.
right now the ball's in their court to draft around this with a pick that's going to help them weather the timing of the Alchemist. I'd say even maybe a Tinker could be disgusting. I mean, if they go for
I
mid,
think it's got to be some kind of cheese hero that's going to make they got to make the Radiant like play a different kind of game as well, because now they're playing the different game like you mentioned with this Alchemist. It's going to force you to play differently, because if you look at the heroes, they wanted to execute the same game plan they did before. They go for the Slardar.
Make the ultimate choice.
I'm confused
So,
on who.
Is that going to be a support Sand King then?
Is this a support Luna?
No, that's a support Puck. That is a mid Slardar.
It's a support Slardar.
Genie's playing the Slardar.
So it's a mid Slardar.
Yeah, that's mid Slardar. The Puck is played by position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's a support Puck. With LinkedIn Baroth and Puck Puck Zeus picking up their same heroes again. Baroth going for that Luna. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. This is an interesting draft from the beautiful beach tuna.
It's interesting. Definitely, it's something different. I think.
It's definitely not what I expected.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is something that Genie has played before and was like, oh, I've played this matchup. I know exactly how this is going to go. Because strength
Yeah,
heroes
Alchemist
typically
is a-
don't do well against Death Prophet because of the percentage-based HP
Well,
drain.
That's true, but I also think having a Slardar come online faster. Alchemist is a strength hero. His weakness is armor.
He has
Right. That's
none.
why, like, Exactly. So you have all that minus armor. You know, you're able to start taking down the alchemist even through his HP regen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's very true. It's going to accelerate the Luna quite a bit. The other thing is the Guardian Sprint in the water. It's going to be a little bit harder for the Death Prophet in the mid lane to get that HP drain on the Slaughter, because he's going to be able to break that tether pretty quickly. Once he gets boots and some Guardian Sprint, he's just going to zip away and turn around, come right back and hit him.
All right, let's go to our net worth and just kind of our last hits. I mean, a W, and just kind of see like who takes off in the early game. It's kind of up in the air. It's a 1-1, so I'm really not sure based on this draft who's gonna do better than the other. I feel like Beautiful is confident that the Slaughter is gonna be an answer to this Alchemist.
And they're pretty confident on the Luna. Like, you could really see that Baroth knew, like I was mentioning in the previous game, like, you got to know when you're strong, you got to know your timings and when you need to fight. And Baroth really knew when it was like, okay, it's time to fight now, because he was dodging a lot of the team fights, really farming up, accelerating, and then was like, all of a sudden, this Luna's in every single team fight in their face constantly, right at the Luna's power spike.
Remember
good
when,
itemization choices as well.
Remember when I first joined, I had that list and I was talking about give them reasons to be split apart, then divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what he did. That's what he did. He literally split pushed them on each side, forced the one person to rotate, then rotated back into the base and took a fight as 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is literally what he did. And I just think, man, you know, I think that maybe they feel like they can do better without the global presence, but you got to remember, Slaughter moves really fast in the river, so he's kind of fast. I don't know.
Yeah, he's very difficult to deal with once he can get his move speed up. He can cut through the lanes pretty quickly. It's going to help him rotate as well. They're going to have to be very careful getting aggressive on the towers, on the tier 1s, because especially in the top lane, if they start getting aggressive on that tier 1 in the top lane, Genie's going to be able to make a very quick rotation with that Guardian Sprint, probably get some pickoffs, and then just TP right back to lane and keep farming.
One of the other things is, I feel like I don't see who really builds a Scotty on their team, on the Apes team, right? Like, so Slardar, really good item he could pick would be Ags, and if he forces the Alchemist to go Scotty, I mean, great. Or if he wants to just pick up a Scotty naturally. I don't think that that's the case though. For some reason, I don't really see it coming together that way. But yeah, they need something to really halt that HP regen. That won't necessarily be just the Siphon, because I think the Siphon runs out of a timing issue, you know what I mean? Plus,
yeah, and they don't have a good Spirit Vessel. Oh, someone's game broke. They don't have a good Spirit Vessel carrier either, because Lich and Lion, neither one of those want to build a Spirit Vessel.
Oh, we have a broken game.
He had issues with his Steam earlier. That's why the game started about 20 minutes late.
I feel. Bro, I'm so excited for this game to end. I'm gonna go make myself some spaghetti.
Nice.
Dude, I'm really hyped for it. You don't understand. I got really good spaghetti skills.
Nice. I get to go try to get a baby to fall asleep when I'm done with this game. That's what I get to look forward to.
Oh, yeah. Well, have fun.
I have to put a towel under my door. You can hear him screaming during my cast. Gets quite interesting. He's very vocal sometimes. Sometimes I'll be playing and they're like, oh, someone's upset. It's like, it's just having a baby. That's how that works.
He'll be fine, bro. He'll be fine. He's probably just hungry. You know, feed him later. I'm just kidding. Oh.
He can get his own food, right? He's a whole year old.
Yeah, he's a whole. I mean, yeah, birds can pretty much fly at a year old. You know what I mean? They can hunt their own food. Why can't babies? You know? It's because we coddle the. I'm just playing. Anyway. Are we ready to go? Game. Are we done hearing my weird baby rant?
Just ready to see these teams stop coddling this puck, make him join the game.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
got the chain step away going. One person goes, oh, I gotta go okay, AFK, and the next person goes, oh, well, we got time, let me step out and do this, and then slowly but surely you end up waiting a couple minutes because everybody's gone at different times. Nobody leaves in a coordinated fashion.
I came a long way to
Alrighty.
see you die.
I'm watching
Mars
this.
has got the taunt, I like that.
Watching the slaughter like a hawk. Immortal be immortal. Oh, Corey. He stepped into a world of danger. Why is he down there? Like, honestly, like, he should be over by the runes, I feel like. You know, like
Especially as an
5v5.
alchemist, you want the
30
runes.
seconds and counting.
They're so much more valuable for an alchemist, especially after they got nerfed.
Here I am.
Oh, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 might be first blood.
Yep.
And Trey steals it for himself, but they're gonna try and counter with a lich kill and a stun. Maybe 2 for 1. Psychic is gonna die as well. They've got 2 supports for 1. And in the end, they secure 2 runes for themselves, but 2 kills. On the other side, you can see it's not the best trade, but
It's actually a fairly even trade considering the Radiant got first blood.
he didn't even skill Grievel's Greed.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Don't you always skill Grievel's Greed first? Because of the bounty runes? No, he went for acid spray.
If you think you can get a lot of the bounty runes, then you get it. Otherwise, if you feel like you need it in lane, then you get the acid spray just to secure the last hits early. And Screed is kind of useless if you can't get any last hits. I think he's worried about getting last hits into the Sand King and the Spirit Breaker.
Denied.
But not necessarily
I would
needed. He could have gotten all those last hits without it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Like, I mean, he's just gonna Burrow Strike you, right? Then Burrow
Yeah.
Strike's over. Look at this. They're going on to LinkedIn Barrowroth. Sand King. Oh, they secured some creeps. And he at least has the option of jungle on the side as well. Let's check up top. We're seeing Genie. He's the hard carry. Was this like this last time? Barroth was the... He wasn't a mid Luna, was
No,
he?
Barroth was not the mid Luna. Barroth was the hard carry with Genie on the TA. Because it was TA versus Clinks. Yeah, so they switched up their lanes a bit.
Yeah.
This does make
They
a
had
little
a-
bit more sense having the Slardar in the safe lane instead of against the Death Prophet.
Yeah, I guess maybe they're just like, yeah, just spam that Lucent Beam. But I don't know, like, I feel like this is a hero that Eld's not the most comfortable with. So, putting him against a, you know, like a matchup that's favorable kind of evens it out in his
Yeah.
favor.
It
Down
softens the
bottom.
blow quite a bit.
Ooh.
They make very good use of that Frost Shield. They've been doing it in all 3 games. The Mothman's been saving quite a few people, especially early, with that Frost Shield.
He's
I had
out
to
of
play the
mana.
same hero in all 3 games, though. That is... Unless
he's
he
got his
really likes
bull.
playing Lich, that's a little sad.
Yeah, I would probably intercepted that Soul Ring. Oh, careful. They got the setup. There's the Frost Shield. And a lot of minus. Maybe they kill Barroth here, actually.
Yeah, Mothman should be able to get their last hit. Ooh.
To you, my loyalty.
He's trying to go for the dive, but Mothman got a little greedy there. Up top. Oh.
My gratitude.
It's gonna be interesting seeing the Lion in this matchup because he's fairly squishy until he can get the level 15 if he decides to go for the plus 70 HP per Finger of Death stack. It does help him with his HP. He does have HP problems, but Puck at the same time is also fairly squishy.
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry about that. I was taking a drink.
Mothman.
Anyway,
Mothman going down or getting the
Yeah.
kill in the bot lane with Spirit Breaker is the one going down. I mean, good use of the Frost Blast and the Frost Shield with the 2 points now in the Acid Spray. They do like to get very aggressive with this Lich in lane, knowing that there's just so much slow. As long as they're in a good position in the lane, they can pretty much walk down anybody that they want. Especially with the minus armor. Minus armor does a lot this early because it's -5, and only just now do they have 5 armor on both these heroes in the bot lane.
Yeah, look at this. Puck Pug Zeus comes in to try and interrupt. They at least get a stack on the small camp. Mothman might be able to pull here, but a charge away towards mid. Eld running towards danger, and he
no
sees
more
it
mana.
coming.
But no mana for Lucent Beam.
Yeah, that's pretty dangerous. He goes... Yeah, he's going to have to just back off. He actually saved the bounty rune, too. Oh, that's really good, because now he has level 2 Greevil's Greed.
Thank you, my beauties.
That was interesting. Interesting strats.
Yeah, it's
I
but
think
we
what
see,
I'm gonna start doing...
they're getting aggressive on the puck in the top lane. They should be able to take him down.
Your actions
He doesn't
are
have any
without
way to hop out,
parallel.
but the
think
bars did get very low.
What I'm gonna start doing is placing a ward right here under smoke, early in the game to see if they take this rune right here. Because I've noticed in a lot of games that I'm watching, like people are just leaving that rune there for the mid laner to come get, like a free bottle charge over
Yeah.
time. You know.
Yeah, because
So I'm
you
gonna-
don't have to. They'll just stack now. So if you just leave them there, the mid laner's like, cool, I get 2 free runes. Let me refill my bottle and then some.
Yeah, maybe not use an observer, but you know what I mean. Like start checking.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. In the trees up top, Slardar getting comboed by Psychic and Trey, the tag team, but he actually goes in after Psychic. There's a crush. He turns this around, looking for a kill. Another bash. Genie's on a killing spree right now, and they still can't finish him off. Lunch Tray doesn't have the mana. 7 seconds. Genie tries to turn it around again, but Lunch Tray, the wise man, says no.
And that's the squishiness of the line. It's 150 bonus damage on the bash for the deep right now. You can't take more than one of those in a fight. If you take, like you can see, he took 2, and that was basically 2/3 of his HP just gone to bash the deep. Not to mention he got crushed as well as controlled after he had used all of his control. Only has the stun, does not have the hex.
Yeah, he's mad at the Slardar. He's like, I can't believe you just killed me. He walks in, does an Earth Spike, and tries to steal some mana, but Eld is rotating in. I don't know about this. The Death Prophet, he tries it. Doesn't
Doesn't
have
have the silence yet.
Meanwhile, down bottom. Oh, the miss onto Corey. He gets both. That's really good for an alchemist.
Yeah, especially with the going for this Battle Fury build. It's a much faster build up than going into Radiance. It's about 1,000 gold cheaper, as well as being able to pick up those smaller items along the way. You're not as worried about if you get picked off partway through, whereas with the
Up top,
Radiance,
up top.
any pickoff is
pick
rough.
up
But
one,
there's the
Genie's going for
TP
the
out, but
TP
not
out.
quite enough.
Yeah. Double kill.
That's that exorcism. Now they're going to take this top tier 1. No, oh, they didn't even fort. They had a free fort. They should have forted.
Yeah, and Corey, he hit his level 6, so now he's kind of chilling.
Yeah, he's
I think
perfectly
the
safe in the bot lane
rotate.
now.
Yeah, I think the Lich, he did rotate.
Yeah, you can see he immediately rotated as soon as Corey hit 6. But yeah, you wanted to at least waste a little bit more of the Death Prophet's ultimate with the Fortify. Just make her sit there, use the rest of it. Was able to go farm some camps with it, so
Behold,
just little efficiency things that you got to be careful of when you have that free Fortify. Just even if you're not gonna defend, just use it because you're gonna have another one up in 2 seconds anyway.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I think it's you gotta be careful because like they. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I'm drawing a blank right now. Either way, we just got a kill on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mid. We have 2 heroes there. Lucent Beam, a setup on Eld. He charges in below half HP, but here comes the rotation out from Psychic. The life drain. Eld will stay alive at least for now. And
With no
Genie's hit
level
the
6
farm.
on the with no level 6 on the Spirit Breaker, he wasn't able to reposition him back up into a better position for Barrow to keep hitting him through. Did not get the Eclipse at level 6. But I don't think
What?
it would have done anything there because there was too many creeps in the lane anyway.
Yeah,
But
they just
You could have at
farm.
least tried. I don't think you could have
Trade?
finished that kill without it.
They just placed a ward. They ping it out almost instantly. Yeah, look at that. Very good game sense. And Puck's trying to keep this mid tower from getting some damage on it, but 15 seconds until the exorcism.
Going
It's
bottom
down.
on the Alchemist.
Bottom. 3 heroes gank the Alchemist. Lunch tray rotates in. I don't think that they really mind. They're just trying to get some of these towers down early. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. They have a fortify.
You do have to be careful of this chain stunning that the Dire can bring in with the Charge of Darkness, plus the Burrow Strike, and then you've got Bash of the Deep and Slithering Crush. If you're by yourself, there's pretty much no way you go anywhere if those 3 heroes get on top of you. And they do use the fort mid to kind of make the Death Prophet use more of that exorcism, just kind of wasted a little bit. It's not going to save the tower, but does save you from getting chased.
I think it does, actually. Check this out. They charge in. Nice Hex. Psychic actually keeps his Death Prophet from getting gone on. Chain Frost comes out. There's the dust. They actually pull Sand King, trying to keep him in it, but Lunch Tray comes in with the Arena. Eclipse, finally, from Peroth. One more Lucent Beam will do it for Lunch Tray. He's trying to get the bounce. He gets the Lucent Beam. Mothman, charged by Puck Zeus, right-clicks from Baroth. He's trying to get to the point where he was last game. 3 heroes down over on 8s. And Genie joins the fight, not yet with his blink, but 4 heroes mid, and that tower is on a sliver of health.
Yeah, it was a very good rotation from the Spirit Breaker, especially the angle that he had. He was able to charge through pretty much the entire Radiant team, who had to back out going top to try and avoid it. And the that Fortify ended up saving the tower because they couldn't take it down for the duration. They had to back out because they didn't have enough heroes there, because this Alchemist just finished his Battle Fury and does not want to make the same mistake that the Ursa did in the first game, where you get that Battle Fury and you try to fight. You want to use that Battle Fury to farm, and you want to get a lot more efficient.
Oh, the charge comes in onto Death Prophet. No big abilities to save you this time. They come in, Trey, trying to get everybody out, but 2 people have already fallen on Apes. A 5-man rotation on Beautiful. And the Lucent Beam onto Psychic. A 3-man stun. Actually, Corey's going to show up for this one. 23 seconds until his ultimate. But minus armor. Genie going to show the power of this hero as they charge in. And they just control Corey. He's in the pool of minus armor. But do they reposition? He can't hide in the trees. Slaughter ultimate. Keeping tabs on this man.
Yeah, but they're not, because of his rotation, they can't, they're too low from taking down that Death Prophet that they aren't able to force the tower, which I think is going to be a consolation prize for the Radiant. Especially now that Alchemist can go hit those small camps right afterwards.
Yeah, they got the mid tier 2 tower though. Or tier 1 tower, excuse me. But yeah, so I mean so that's like the big takeaway is now they can smoke and they can make plays without fearing, you know, the smoke popping on that tower, and that's exactly what they wanted. So now that they have this, check this out. They're gonna start with an arena, combo it in with some spirit siphons and some stuns, and ultimately get some finger kills. Courier,
they have exorcism as well.
Nice.
Ooh, good hex.
Ah,
Not able to get out because of the hex. Saves the finger. I wonder if he was trying to hope that there was gonna be a second one.
If he was quicker, he might have been able to get out.
Yeah,
anyway.
There was a slight delay where he could have cast his orb before they went on him, hit his phase shift, popped to the orb, and Waning Rifted away a little bit farther. It would have saved him, but he didn't quite lead with the orb first. You gotta just kind of chuck it somewhere and hope for the best sometimes.
True. Look at this Alchemist. He's alone. They know because they're showing top. So he's being charged as Luna kind of dances around mid, and she's going to show up. He pops his ultimate. Slardar with the minus armor. He's in the pool of minus armor right now. The Chain Frost is out, but it's not going to do enough. He's trying to hold Slardar there, at least for the time being. They have the arena. It's not going to land on Puck Zeus, but Genie is trapped. Puck Zeus is really low. They do finger the Luna. Luna got fingered.
Yeah, but the Genie with that movement speed, they catch him in the arena, but they catch him in the water, so the Mars was not able to get any of his other abilities off to kind of lock him down, because Genie was very low, should have gone down, but because of that extra move speed, there was no way to reliably cast any of your abilities and actually land on him, because he just kept circling the Mars, knowing if I just keep running around in circles, Mars is just going to stare at me, and he's trying to light up the spear. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think that was unfortunate. And this is what I talked about with the Mars having kind of a period between his blink where it's just really hard to set up some of these kills. He's very close to it now, but that's like the timing that I was telling you that we wait on when we play against Mars. Is like once you get blink on Mars, that's when the initiations become instant. And only Puck and Sand King is going to be able to get out of him immediately. Down bottom, though, Corey being chased again. He's taking all this unsafe farm. Like, they're in their jungle taking all of this. They're like, just push the top tier tower, 2-2 tower with Exorcism.
I'm surprised they didn't, like, rotate more and push the Exorcism the moment they saw them rotating on him. Because he's been right-clicking this tower on Eld for the last few waves and just has the Exorcism but doesn't want to use it yet.
Oop.
Even when they see the Dire team bottom, they didn't do anything. Now the Sand King is rotated top. I don't know that he can do a whole lot against Elda. Eld does have the silence now. Only 3 seconds, but is a good combo breaker for the Sand King. Sand King really relying on his mobility.
It's true. It looks like they're all rotating as well up top. The Puck is showing mid. Luna just showed mid as well. In fact, she's actually just taking Ancient, pulling these creeps together. She tried to double stack. It didn't quite work out. Unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, I think they want to pop Exorcism, but they're okay just doing this as long as they don't pop Fortify.
We'll take that.
That could be why he's been holding the Exorcism. He's trying to bait out the Fortify, just see how much damage he can get before it's used. But they do want to take that tier 2. If they take that tier 2, they are in a good position to take Roche. Because they've taken the enemy's tier 1 mid. They've taken the tier 1 top. And if they take that tier 2, Roche is very difficult for the Dire to defend.
Blink on Mars. Check this out. They kind of want to force this fight. I think they pop Exorcism, force them to come back, let Lunch Tray kind of stay on the side and set up an arena.
Or at the very least, pop the Exorcism. If they pop the Fortify, just go take Roche. You've got the minus armor from the Alchemist.
They're setting up on mid. Baroth pops the Eclipse. I don't know if Eld lives through this. He doesn't. Corey getting kind of comboed here right now. Puck Zeus with the charge. He's at half HP, and now the minus armor comes through. The arena is there. They set up on the Slardar, but the Spirit Vessel? He's Spirit Vesseled right now? By who? No, it's Earn. Either way, they have lost 2-3 heroes, now about to be 4 on the Apes. This was a horrible initiation.
And see, they focused him very well. Like, they got the Lich so quick. Eld, because they're all TPing in, they're all TPing to similar locations. They have to kind of go in one at a time, and there's so much damage with the amplification of the Corrosive Haze. They take Eld down so quick. He popped the Exorcism and disappeared almost like during the animation before the spirits could even get out. That also means Roche is very easy for them to take as well. So they didn't put the Corrosive Haze on Roche at all. They take it without it.
And that's wild. He went a Midas build. Slardar did.
Yeah, I guess felt like he wasn't being contested too much, but he could get very greedy on this Slardar. I mean, attack speed is nice, but that's an expensive amount of attack speed.
I think he did it to try and help keep up with the Alchemist and just make his power spike shorter. In my opinion, that because Luna can already do that, you know, she's just allowed to farm. She has the ability to farm, flash farm, but Slardar doesn't, so he kind of needs this Hand of Midas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he does want to get that BKB early because of the amount of magic damage and control that the Radiant has. If he gets that BKB, the Blink Dagger is very dangerous for him to use right now.
100 gold away from Puck Blink. Oof.
That's really good timing, especially for a support Puck. Especially considering he's been like the target in almost all of the ganks. 2 and 7 on this Puck. Being able to farm that Blink even 20 minutes in, it's pretty good. Because he's just kind of been who they go on in all of their games.
The first tier 2 tower goes down to Apes. They're going to be able to take this outpost and hopefully kind of recover some of that net worth that they lost.
They did what they struggled to do in the second game, which is during those cooldown periods, go take an objective.
Oh,
like you can see them all getting out now. They want to save their own tier 2.
No, Corey, he's gonna die.
You gotta go as a team. You can't you can't leave one hero, especially not this alchemist. Alchemist is now 3 and 3. That is unfortunate. If your whole team TPs, you just gotta TP even if you feel like you can run. Don't do it.
Uh-oh. They found the psychic. The lion is down. The initiation is strong. They have 3 heroes that can just get on top of you.
Mobility, and they still have coil as well.
Oh, and the Lucent Beam sets up the actual impact. Lich is gonna fall as well. One by one, they fall like dominoes.
Yeah, the amount of catch that the Radiant has is ridiculous with these double blinks. And now the triple blink with the Puck finishing his blink as well. They have 3 blinks. They have the blink burrow strike, which has got a lot of range. The slaughter blink, the slithering crush. They have so much initiation that anyone trying to get cut, like anyone just kind of in slightly a bad position, is going to go down very fast. They're going to be by themselves, and there's so much chain stun. I'm surprised the Puck didn't coil Eld there. I think he had a chance and was trying to decide if he should or not.
Let's see. Slow hit. Usual return to her with life. Oh man, the shard is going to be huge on Death Prophet.
Yeah, the Spirit Siphon shard is very good, as well as the new talent at level 15 plus 6% movement speed. She already 6%? Is very... Yeah, 6%.
I would think you'd want to go max health, because like in this game, you're going to be jumped on, so you just have to assume that you have to try and tank through it.
Yeah, I think they're both really good now, because before it was always pretty much just take the max health. There's no point in even having another talent, but I think situationally that 6% could be pretty good.
Yeah, just not in this game, because there's like 4 blinks, you know?
He's getting jumped on so much. He pretty much has the Yules now, but even then it's not enough.
This is dangerous. They should not be in this area. Mothman showing here could end in a death. They're going to take this tier 2, just play it safe, respect their enemy, but I feel like realistically the Slaughter could just jump on him like crazy. There's nothing stopping them.
And this Slaughter is doing so well that this Luna is able to do a lot more about 7 minutes earlier than she could in the previous game. So it was around 27 minutes when this Luna started joining in the team fights, but she's been joining the team fights since before the 20-minute mark. Is able to get quite a bit and is now just like farming and pushing. Has the Manta style. Is just getting her ass out with the Manta, chipping down some tier 3s. And going for that butterfly again. Believes in that butterfly.
They're all going for the outpost now. Definitely.
Yeah.
What's the level difference on them right now? 16 on the Alchemist, 17 on Baroth. Wow.
Yeah, this mid lane is really taken off. But if you see the levels though, like 16 on Alchemist, but the next highest is 12 on Eld, whereas there's a level 17 on Baroth, but you've got level 15 on Genie. So overall, the Dire has significantly higher levels than the Radiant.
Aegis is down. They got to charge onto Corey. Smoked up. This could be really good. This could be a great counter initiation play.
Mars is ready to jump in with the arena.
There they go.
There it is.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Excellent
And they capture
arena.
the Slardar, actually. He's pushed out of the arena. Corey is just whacking away. They got a nice finger. Great counter initiation. 4 heroes are down. The net worth is swung. And where's Puck? Silenced?
Silenced.
No Yules. Breaks his own TB? Whoa. And from over the trees, Psychic gonna help secure the kill. Ultra kill for Eld. My god. They read that like a book.
Yeah, it was a very good arena by Lunch Tray on there. Like, they had to get the Slaughter outside of the arena. I think that was very key.
Look at the swing. 3k gold change. 8k experience change. Jesus.
Yeah. Keeping that Slaughter out of the team fight, like that negated so much of the damage. That's what let the Alchemist actually sit there and fight, is he didn't have to worry about this Bash of the Deep just coming in and just hitting him and stopping him from doing damage. He's like, cool. The Slaughter is stuck outside the arena. I can actually sit here and fight into this arena. And Death Prophet is able to actually get the Exorcism and do some significant amount of damage, because Death Prophet's been popping so fast with the minus armor.
he couldn't blink either because there was actually like a weird glitch. I don't know if you saw that. He threw the spear and it landed on Slardar, pinning him to the arena on the outside. So
you can also, if you are too close to the outside, there is some collision as well as bugs with the arena. So if you try to run around the outside, you can actually get your hero model stuck on the outside of the arena and you'll be unable to move, which it kind of looked like Slardar was in that position where he was so close. It looked kind of like he got stuck because what it does is it actually breaks the pathing algorithm. So you try to tell yourself to leave, but your hero model will actually try to turn left or right and will get stuck because there's like slight ridges on the it's not like a perfect circle on the outside of the arena, so you like your pathing just breaks and you get stuck. It's incredibly frustrating when that happens, and it kind of looked like he was trying to move and just couldn't quite. I'm not sure if that's what happened, but I have had that happen to me before on the outside of the arena. It's very
pretty wild.
Interesting when you get stuck.
Look at this. They actually built an Assault Cuirass on Alchemist. I think that's a very smart move because of the minus armor. Yeah, and I mean, just the synergy of the last fight, too. If you think about it, the arena matches perfectly with the size of Acid Spray. Exorcism is a physical spell, so it actually benefits from the minus armor. Like, that, I think all three of those things combined gave L that ultra kill, and just really, it's like smart when you think about the drafting and how they intended for their abilities to work. So here's the Exorcism push. What
That's another thing that makes the interesting that the Luna values this butterfly. Because one thing that a lot of people forget is the spirits in Exorcism, they have True Strike. So they don't worry about things like butterfly or evasion. So the Eld's Exorcism is going to be able to hard counter this butterfly if this Luna continues to go for it. Like it's going to counter the Alchemist, force him to buy an item, but Eld doesn't need to. He's going to be able to still use the Spirit Displacement and the Exorcism.
Look at this. Exorcism is down. They take the tower and they back. The charge is coming in onto the Alchemist. There's a silence onto Mars. He can't get his arena out. BKB onto the Alchemist. He finally does throw the arena though. BKB onto Genie, able to walk right through. And Mothman holding down the Luna while Eld is trying to make something happen elsewhere. The right clicks are real though. He's staying alive. Eld is still alive. Genie gonna get killed. Double kill for Eld. Triple kill for Baroth. Then it looks like in the end, Apes are gonna win. Eld, he's one right click away from dying. The Lucent Beam is there. And it's now just the two carries left against each other. 15 seconds until Corey's ultimate.
Yeah, and the big difference in that arena is that the Slardar was on the inside of that arena, and that's what made that fight so much closer than the previous fight. Is it Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was listening. He's inside the arena, closer to.
Yeah, since the Slardar was on the inside of the arena, he's actually able to get a lot of these bashes out and control the BKBs a lot more. So the Alchemist wasn't able to do quite as much, and that's why I believe that fight was a little bit closer, because the Luna is able to drop the Eclipse and is still able to cast the Lucent Beam into the arena, though she can't right click into it. But the bashes, being able to bash when that arena's up, makes a huge difference in that team fight.
I think there's one factor that made the team fight closer. The fact that the arena captured the Slardar, but not the Luna. Like, the Luna needs to die in the team fights pretty early. Like, maybe not the first person, but pretty early. Because she was able to take out 3 other heroes pretty much by herself while the rest of the fight was going on. So if you have your supports who are unable to kind of help you throw things into the arena, I think it's fairly easy. But yeah, right now they're hitting a power spike for Apes. Beautiful is kind of falling off, and they are trying to get past this mid game, which we talked about, having that Midas on the Slardar, so that they can just move into the next phase of the game.
Yeah, and they're at a significant disadvantage because of this AC on the Alchemist, providing bonus armor for his team and minus armor for the other team. They've got to get the AC up on the Slardar to kind of match the AC so that they're kind of even on the armor. Because right now they've got Acid Spray plus AC and
free shard. Look at this.
Yeah, again, this second Roche is so valuable though. Roche bashing this Alchemist constantly, trying to keep himself alive. Shard going on to Eld.
Yeah, it's definitely worth Spirit Siphon charges.
Yeah.
causes enemies to be feared. Yep.
Alchemist already has a shard as well, so he's not worried about it. Has the Berserk potion, so is able to get that HP as well as the attack speed while the chemical rage is down. Doesn't give the move speed, but it's pretty good because then you don't feel like you're without an ability when your ultimate's down.
You gotta give him props too, because like the one thing that you want is for your Death Prophet to survive in the fight. They have the ability to take her down, but the Berserk potion gives her the Dispel and the same buffs as the Alchemist, or he could just use it on himself straight up. Like if he doesn't want to commit the full ultimate and he wants to be able to tank through whatever they have to poke at him with, then yeah. So it's a very value ability for this game. I 100% agree.
And he's got the extra 25% cleave. So he's got his Battle Fury back to back right now. He knows that's not his most valuable item. He's got to have the Aegis in there. Wants to keep his boots. Has the MKB. So Luna picking up her butterfly, but now Alchemist as well as Death Prophet having ways to cut through the evasion of the butterfly. And the mid barracks go down so fast, and now they've got the exorcism for the top lane. No glyph still.
BKB onto L. The exorcism is out. They're ready to fight. A huge arena. Buyback onto the puck. Baroth, he's still in the middle of the fight. The Lucent Beam, the Eclipse is going crazy. But they picked up 2. They picked up 3. Elda's down. Exorcism is down. Lunch Tray is on a sliver of health. XTC. Corey, he's going ham. BKB right clicks like crazy. 1, 2, 3. Can it be a dieback? Yes, it will be. Triple kill for Corey. Give him the rampage. He's going for it. He wants it. He has an Aegis. Right clicks. He's going for the Luna. And he doesn't make it the Aegis. He doesn't have the blink.
Will they have enough control to be able to take him down? Because he still has his Berserk potion. They've got to be careful.
Slaughter's minus armor. He turns around. Oh!
He tries to Manta dodge it, but those illusions. Yeah. It is enough to take down the Alchemist.
No, man. I mean, he was feeling big mode hours, honestly. Big. Did you see that? Oh, my God.
He attacks so fast right now. But even though he attacks that fast, it still took him a little while to take down the puck.
And he is going for the Scotty, which we talked about.
Yeah, it's going to give him more HP. Just also a better way to just stick on some of these heroes so they don't kite him as bad. Because Luna was able to get the stun off, and just even the mini stun from the Lucent Beam has the plus 6 now on the Lucent Beam, and it was just enough that she's able to create some distance. And that's what saved her, was just turning and saying, okay, I need to get this Lucent Beam, just create some distance so you can't stay on me. Because if the Alchemist was able to stick on her, she was definitely going to die there.
Spirit Vessel. Oh, man. Honestly, though, that was a sick fight. But the buybacks from the puck really did come through.
Yeah, the buyback on the puck helped quite a bit, but they also got the Slaughter and the Luna inside the arena, and that is not where you want those heroes, because it's your Alchemist and your Death Prophet are not going to feel safe enough to continue fighting in there. Ideally, you want the Slaughter on the outside with Luna on the inside, but even in the reverse is still better than having both of them on the inside, because then they're in the position that they want to be. They need to be in your face. Luna has the Dragon Lance, but it's still not a very big attack range. And obviously Slaughter needs to be standing right next to you to bash you, so getting them both in the arena, they need that arena to divide the fight and not corral those two heroes. But with the Slaughter having the BKB, it does make it a lot harder.
Yeah, they're gonna go straight for it again. They don't have the Aegis advantage this time, but if they were able to make a fight like last time, they're not gonna have the puck. So we'll see how this goes. They are all spread out. They know that this is coming. They should start rotating back to the base now, but he's gonna get some good hits on this before they are ever able to rotate. Fortify coming in. Exorcism. There's a silence onto Eld. He can still use himself. They've only got Corey. Their charge comes in. They take away the tower bonus. Here comes the charge. They're going in under the ultimate. There's the arena. They see the Luna. BKB onto Trey. He's dropping low pretty quickly, but they get one. And the Luna, they're going after her. The Satanic, it's not enough. They get them both. Luna has to buy back. Here's Genie under the BKB. He's right clicking. Corey, the minus armor is insane right now. But Eld, he wants this. The exorcism is over. He's healing. He does still have cheese. 3 for 3. And a buyback on Luna. There's a silence. They see him in the trees. Spirit Siphon? He doesn't want to. Oh. And on the other side, Genie chased down Corey.
Yeah, without that ultimate and that move speed, is not going to be able to survive from the Slardar. And they were able to split the fight with that arena though, because the Slardar was trying to get on the back lines while they're able to focus on this Luna inside of the arena. And they're able to take him down, but unfortunately the Slardar coming back and then a good buyback from the Luna. You don't want to have to fight both these heroes at the same time. And the AC was also picked up before that team fight, so that did even out the minus armor as well as the bonus armor.
They got this though. They got the melee barracks.
Yeah, they took a lot of just objective damage for that team fight. Like they did get kills, but can they kill the Mars? If they can kill the Mars, then they're gonna feel a lot safer pushing in, because they have to push in. They have to try to even out the tower damage. Because while the fights are going fairly even and like slightly dire favored in some of these, they are losing their base. Like they're not winning objectives off of this. All their creeps are being pushed into their lanes. They're not able to take objectives during the death timers, because they still have 2 tiers up as well as all tier 3s. Like they have to try and get some unhealable damage. And here goes the Fortify onto the Radiant. They've got a
Aeon Disc onto Mothman.
Disc. That's so good.
Saved himself. Eld.
No, Puckbug Zeus kind of stuck out by himself.
Spirit Siphon. Oh, Luna, they pick up the racks. Finger though, onto the puck. One rack is down.
So fast. That's good. That's the best lane that they could push to get the most value out of those death timers. That's the lane that they haven't lost any racks in, so it's going to at least force one set of creeps to be in their favor at all times. Because right now, the mid lane and the top lane, because of the super creeps in those 2 lanes, they're always going to be in the Radiant favor until they can even out some racks. But because they have tier 2s, they didn't have enough time to take tier 2s and tier 3s while the Fortify is up.
I don't think that they care if they get mecha'd anyway. They have a Luna. It's like having a Medusa against mega creeps. Like you can play a mega creep game. Also, you have a Sand King. I didn't even consider that. But yeah, so those are like the 2 things. Like you don't really care about mega creeps. I think you just care about surviving this onslaught. And you can see the net worth is dropping from like 5k to 2k, 30 to 35. They are winning in kills, and they're probably winning in morale right now. Like I don't know how many more exorcism bombs they have left in them. How many times can they get back into that base and throw the exorcism and just hope for a good outcome, especially with the Death Prophet? She's got to go that Shiva's, tank up a little bit, and really stay alive.
They've got to get the next Roche on the Radiant. If they lose this next Roche fight, that could be the beginning of their end, because they need to have the Aegis to kind of turn those team fights.
Oh, the Force Staff.
Force Staff.
3 seconds.
That's going to give him enough time to have his Aeon Disc. Aeon Disc is now popped.
Nice! Counter initiation onto the Luna. Chain Frost. It's out. Satanic is keeping him alive. Eld pops the cheese. They popped the Eclipse.
The ultimate.
They beat. He's okay right now. And underneath the shield, Eld, he turns around. The Eclipse is still going on, but Luna gets pinned. They actually pick up Genie. Spirit Breaker is down. Corey comes into the fight. They fucked up.
That was such a good Spear of Mars. Hits the only tree within the nearest vicinity. He has 1 chance to get that stun, and that was the max range on the spear as well. That is a dieback on the Luna, and that was such a difficult pin to get as well. That was so well played by Lunch Tray to get that spear.
Divine Rapier Alchemist. Oh man.
He wants to end this game now. He knows that Luna's on dieback. He knows that this has got to be the game right here. This is their chance. They have 90 seconds to finish this game before the Luna is going to come back, because Luna has been catching up in farm to this Alchemist. She's not that far behind. But look at how fast this Alchemist can take these buildings.
Yeah, he's going to have to buy back. Can he throw his Berserk Potion? Spirit Psychic? Not going to survive. They're charging in onto the Alchemist. No BKB for 5 seconds. They have the arena though. Sand King, can he die? He's the only one who can combo this Alchemist right now. Genie, right clicks. Divine Rapier, right clicks. Can he do it? He's prevailing.
The
Buybacks
Rapier is just
4.
too much.
4 seconds until the next stun.
Unfortunately, they
trying to
don't
play
have
safe.
the Slardar and they don't have the Luna.
They see him Spirit Breaker onto the Alchemist. He can Berserk Potion himself. He does, right clicks. He did it! He wins the game for his team!
The
10
Rapier is just
seconds.
too much damage.
Holy
Nice.
shit!
What a good finish. That was such a good team fight in the bot lane. That pin is with a game-winning play.
Wow.
It ends so fast, especially with that Alchemist.
I gotta
What a
watch that
good-
replay.
What a good game.
Wow.
That ended so quick. It was looking like it was going to go for another 20 minutes, but Apes in your game taking such a good team fight and knowing that, okay, Luna's on dieback. This game's over. We just need to push. We need to force the team fight, force Genie to buy back. As soon as Genie buys back, get that last hit and the game's over.
Yeah, I gotta watch this in your stream, bro. Hang on. Holy crap, I gotta see this. The smoke. I think the Lich surviving there was huge.
The force staff to give him time to get the Aeon disc was so good.